Hello everyone, this is Edward Garcia. I am making a family video for my sister, Terri. And right now, what's the date today? The date is May 12th, 2018, so let's get started. I'm gonna kind of go through these videos fairly brisk, and some of them may be totally irrelevant, and I'll just kind of skip past those. But I'll do the best I can, because there's 1,800 photos. Wow, but I'm going to go as quick as I can. Here we go. Let's do this thing. Looks like this is, oh god. I think these are Grandma's relatives. Grandma's relatives at their old house at 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah. Probably looking like the 60s, but I'm not sure who these people are, to be honest. And if I don't know who they are, I'll say I don't know who they are. Oh, that's me with a bicep shot. Isn't that wonderful? Ironwood, probably 1976, 77. Looks like Grandma. Looks like their old house back in Hialeah. Probably 70s, maybe early 70s. Looks like Grandma's got a little vodka and juice going there. Good for her. It's Grandma Julie Hill / Garcia. This looks like it's in Mexico, I believe. I'm not even sure. Grandpa liked to travel, liked his trips to Mexico and Costa Rica and here and there. And like I said, I'll give as much information as I can off the top of my head. Looks like, oh, there was a restaurant in Miami. Don Julio's, I think, that Grandpa and Uncle Bill used to like to go to, and they had the mariachis, and it was kind of cool. Probably 1974, maybe. My brother, high school, probably 1980. Brother Tony, what a brute. Brother Tony again, probably 1976, 77 in Michigan. We lived in Grandpa sold a hardware store. We moved to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan back around 75. And a lot of snow. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I think this was, I'm just going to zip the ones that aren't really relevant. Oh, there's me at some amusement park Grandpa dragged us to. Not even sure. I probably hated it, but he took a picture anyway. Grandma at the pier. The pier is over in was at St. Petersburg, Florida. They knocked it down last year. It was a very iconic kind of upside down pyramid building in St. Petersburg, and they had an observation tower in the top, and it was kind of cool. And that's Grandma. That's me and my ex-stepson, one of my collection of wives I had back in probably 1996, maybe, something like that. Grandpa, again, Michigan, probably 70s, with Nellie, our Airedale. I don't know what's wrong with that picture. Not sure exactly. This could be up in Michigan, could be, I'm not even sure where that is, to be honest. Oh, there's Grandpa. Look at that. World War II. And there's Grandpa right there. I believe this is at the Washington Monument, probably 1969, 70, something or other. I believe. That's my Aunt Rox. That's my mother's sister. Not relevant. This is cousin David. This is Uncle Richie's youngest son. And he's about 5 years older than me, I think, or something or other. We used to fight all the time. I couldn't stand him. But I hear he's doing good in Chicago. Last I heard, which was a while back, but I think he's doing okay. Grandpa, myself, and my brother at, I think that's Lake Superior, I believe. Probably 69, 70, 71, not even sure. That's me in Mexico, probably 95 with my ex-wife. Here's a picture of Rome, Georgia. His dad, of course. His stepdaughter, Lynn, Sue. His wife at the time, my brother. And Grandma. Grandma really hated her photograph taken, so I'm not sure who this person is. I don't know. It could be one of Grandpa. It doesn't look like Grandpa. It could be one of his cousins. I'm not sure exactly. Let's keep going here. One of Grandpa's dogs, Patty, I believe. I'm not even sure. Me in Mexico. Oh, boy. Look at that. It's pretty epic, huh? Not sure. Ironwood, Michigan, more than likely. I believe this is probably Lake Road. Grandpa sold a hardware store, bought the property out in Michigan. Grandpa on a cruise. When Grandma died, Grandpa really opened up and started taking cruises, and he really liked his cruises. He's got a lot of photo albums of his cruises he took, and I have them if you care to look at them. Grandpa and Eunice, his second wife, what an angel she was. What an angel she was. And I believe that's on the cruise. Let's keep going here. Looks like Nellie knocked down me on the sled. She loved doing that. That's up in Michigan. A lot of snow up there in the Upper Peninsula. Looks like Nellie again in fall, Upper Peninsula. Grandma and Grandpa, Grandpa and Eunice when they got married, doing their nuptials, and Grandpa over here, of course. That is my brother's daughter. That is Caitlin. She's in college now, but back. So, is there a date here? 97. I can barely see it, so it sounds about right. Good kid. My brother back when I graduated high school. That's my graduation. Grandpa and my brother Tony. Our brother Tony, pardon me. Not sure exactly where that is. Some Mexican restaurant. Not sure who that is. Sorry. Grandpa and his third wife. You'll love this one. This is Grandpa. And Irene. Grandpa decided to marry Grandma Julie's cousin. That might have been a mistake, because he was kind of unhappy with her. But she's still a blood relation. So that was his third marriage, and not a particularly good one. We'll just leave it at that for now. My brother and I, and where Jimmy Carter, where did he have his peanut farm? Can't remember exactly, but I believe Jimmy Carter's brother had some kind of store, something or other. He sold Carter memorabilia. Billy Carter, is that right? Looks like 73 or 4, not even sure. Tugboat, probably one of Grandpa's cruises. Oh, brother, me and my ex-wife Julie and my 2 sons. It's my oldest son Tony, oldest son Bobby. They're both, he's in his 30s now. So that was probably taken in 96, probably, I don't even know. That's me in Mexico. Kind of can't really make that photo out very good. I believe that's Mexico. Grandpa's house in Ironwood, Michigan, after he sold the hardware store, bought a Wausau house. It was a real piece of crap, and they built it. It was horrible. He fixed it up really nice. He had a lot of spare time, and he really liked to build things. So he built his fences, and he really embellished the house, and it came out really nice. Not sure. Could be at the food fair at the pier, downtown St. Pete, when they had the different nationalities, and that looks Costa Rican, maybe Panamanian. In Grandpa's pool. Grandpa had a pool in Hialeah. It's probably me. I think I wore the orange trunks. Not exactly sure. This could be Aunt Flo. Uncle Louie, Grandpa's younger, I believe, Grandpa's younger brother was married to Aunt Flo. Awesome lady. I believe. Don't quote me. My brother and I. Yay! That's me when I was pretty with the round glasses. That's my brother when he was, not so pretty. No, I love my brother. He's awesome. Eunice and a cruise. Grandpa's backyard, Tyrone Boulevard, St. Pete, probably 1982-83. Grandpa loved to paint, and man, self-taught, taught himself everything. Very good painter. In fact, I have a lot of his paintings, and you're welcome to pick and choose if you want to. Those are your paintings as well. Brother and I making a snowman in Michigan. Okay, I think this is Grandma Julie's relations, I believe. I see that blonde hair going action going there. I think the Grandma Hills. I just don't know who this is. This could be Grandma's father and mother. I'm just not 100% certain. I believe that's who they are. Michigan, Grandpa's property out in Grandpa's house. And long story short, he sold a hardware store back in 75, moved up to Michigan till 79, got too cold for Grandma, then we moved back to Florida. St. Petersburg, and he had a house on Tyrone Boulevard, St. Petersburg, Florida. I think this is Porcupine Mountain in Michigan, I believe. I might be wrong. Grandma hated to have her photograph taken, and one of our neighbors, I'm not sure who that is, but had her little bottle of something there. Not sure where that was. That's my brother and his daughter, Caitlin. I believe that's at the pier, but not sure exactly. St. Petersburg, Florida, probably 1995, I guess, somewhere around there. Ex-wife in Mexico. Ugh. My son, Tony, back when he was probably 6 or 7. Me and the ex. My second, Mrs. Garcia. Yeah, I like collecting those things. Mexico, pretty cool. Grandma Hill, I believe. That was grandmother's mother, I believe. Very stern woman, very serious. My brother, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know what that is exactly, but he was walking up there for something. Grandpa's pool, hi Leah, back in the 70s. Me in Mexico. Grandma and Grandpa looks like at the Veterans Park in St. Petersburg, Florida, because I see a big tank in the background there. Grandma and Grandpa. That is definitely my Aunt Flo, Uncle Louie's wife, and this is great grandma, Grandpa's mother, back in late 60s perhaps. Not sure what that is. Not sure what it is, but it's very beautiful. I just don't know. Grandpa, he loved his flowers. He made all these things. He liked to cut his own signage and so on. He got really good with carpenter, master artist. Guy rocked. Could do all kinds of things. Busch Gardens, I believe. Tampa. Busch Gardens, I believe. My brother, King of the Hill at Ironwood, Michigan. He had the blue snowmobile suit. I had the had the red. Food Fair, I believe, St. Pete. Eunice with, I'm not sure who that is. I don't think that's a relation. Iguana in Mexico. They're all over the place. It's crazy. My youngest son, Bob, 3 years younger than my oldest son. My oldest son's 31, so I guess that makes Bob 27, somewhere around there. Billy. I guess that's Uncle Bill. I see little Billy down there. God, he was born in the 30s, so this must be 40-something, I guess. I don't know. Somebody's graduation. I don't know. Oh, me and Brother Tony. Old Brother Tony muscled up. He's pretty. Me, I kind of put on some chunkage. But that was, I'm not sure when that was. I think after my first divorce. I don't even know. I had a stern look on my face, so who knows. This is Grandma and Aunt Wanda. Aunt Wanda was Uncle Richie's wife. And Uncle Richie being Grandpa's younger brother. I put together a workout room, and I wanted to actually have people come out and work out and pay money, but that was a big mistake because people would actually destroy my equipment. All right, this is looks like this is Dad, Grandpa, and Uncle Bill. I'm not sure where this is, but old Dad dressed like a hood, like a thug. Sounds about right. Food Fair. I think Grandpa painted this painting. He did his own. By the way, he did his own frames too. He could build his own frames. The guy was amazing. I'm not sure. Grandma Hill, I believe, and I'm not sure who this is. And I believe so. My brother's daughter, Caitlin. Eunice, Grandpa's second wife, awesome woman. I'm not sure where this is exactly. Grandpa's nativity scene at the house. He put that together with Eunice. Me, looks like I'm over at Tarpon Springs. I was probably miserable. Back, there's my brother right here. And this is Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. This is Billy Boy. Grandma, who, again, hated to have her photograph taken. And this is Mr. Miller, one of Uncle Bill's neighbors. Not sure who this is. I'm sorry. Probably a blood relative. I just am not sure who. Oh, and, it could be Aunt Tony. Grandpa's older sister. But don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Looks like my brother and me sitting out there. Brother Tony walking in the snow in Michigan. A lot of snow out there. Looks like my trip to Mexico. Went to Club Med. I think that's Grandpa holding me. One of the parks out there in Miami. Okay. World War II. This is when Grandpa got... he was in, I'm not sure if he was in Omaha Beach or Utah Beach. Whatever the main beach was at the invasion of Normandy, he was in the one adjacent to it. And, yeah, he got hit. He got hit pretty hard. He got his ankle blown away, got a bayonet wound in his stomach, shrapnel on his chest. He's kind of a mess, but he came back okay. And that's Grandpa, post-operative World War II. And Stella, another one hated her photograph taken. Aunt Stella was Grandpa's youngest sister. Awesome lady. Awesome lady. Boy, I miss her a lot. Not sure when that was. Maybe 70s. Brother Tony. He's kind of a chubby kid back then, but boy, he's made up for it. He looks awesome now. My workout room I had. Workout bags. Here's Grandma. Grandma Julie. Workout room. These photos are not in any kind of order. I'm sorry. Relative at Grandpa's old house on 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah. Not sure what relative that is. Brother Tony wearing his Nazi helmet. Grandpa loved to collect artifacts and helmets and World War II memorabilia and so on. I don't think he liked the war, but he still had respect for it and collected as much as he could on it and knew quite a bit about it as well. This is Bill Garcia's wife. This is Aunt Dottie, who visited us in Michigan. Food fair, I guess? I'm not even sure. That's okay. This is my cousin Gina. This is Uncle Louie's granddaughter. Uncle Louie had, I can't remember all the kids, but cousin Renee. Renee had a daughter, cousin Gina. And that's Gina, who I believe is a graphic artist. In Florida, perhaps? I'm not even sure exactly. Me, Grandpa, and myself at my graduation. Pack of Garcia kids. I have no idea who these kids are. Circa 1960 something. I'm not even sure. Again, I wish I knew. I just don't. Brother and me in Michigan with Nellie's fanning at the camera. That's delightful. Oh, look at me. Looks like 1980. 1980 probably. I was probably still in high school. My brother's daughter, Caitlin, baby. Some dog sleeping. I don't know what that is. Dad, birthday party. Probably. This is Bill Garcia's house he had. He had a really cool house, actually. Set up like a bachelor pad, but it was really cool. I liked it a lot. Probably 1978, perhaps? 77? No, earlier than that. What am I thinking? Probably 67, 68. What's wrong with me? Cancun, Cozumel, another nativity. Not even sure. All my cousins. This is a Christmas party we had in Chicago. This is me, my cousin Gerard. No, Mark. Uncle Richie's grandson. My cousin Annette. And my cousin Amy, I believe. I'm not sure who this is exactly. Grandma packing up for a trip. This was probably 69. Grandma. My workout room. Pretty cool. Grandpa's old green Impala he had that, I believe, from 1970 to, no, wait a minute. He bought that in Michigan, so 75, and then probably till 1980. We moved to St. Petersburg. He bought himself something different. That's me at my graduation with Grandma. I don't know who this guy is. No idea who that is. Okay, Great-Grandma and Great-Grandpa Garcia. Looks like they're at Tropical Hobbyland. I don't know what that is. Probably another Gatorland or something or other. Pretty cool photo. That's my son working out in my workout room. Probably 95, so he's probably 7 or 8. I don't even know. Food fair. Yes. Brother Tony. Probably junior in high school. That's, okay, this is Grandma's cousin's son, Ciro. And this is Grandma's cousin's daughter, Debbie. Cousins of ours in Ironwood, Michigan. Grandpa's front yard in Ironwood, Michigan. Wintertime, Ironwood, Michigan, with Nellie the dog. One of Grandpa's paintings. Grandpa was a badass painter. Man, he was good. Eunice, loved her to death. Step-grandmother. My Aunt Stella, Grandpa's younger sister, and myself over at the pier feeding the gulls in probably 79, 80 maybe. Grandpa's front yard. He loved his flowers. Grandpa, having a hardware store, learned a lot about botany and all that. And loved to work with his own plants. Really master at it, too. Okay, looks like this is Grandma and Hulda, which is Grandma's mother. So it looks like that woman is definitely a great Grandma Hill. That is Rexy. Rexy was Uncle Richie's middle son. He had 3 sons. He had Uncle Richie being Grandpa's brother, Louis Garcia, Rexy Garcia, and David Garcia. That's Rexy. Cool guy. Cool guy. Club Med. Nativity. My workout room. Yeah, I wish I still had that, to be honest. Oh, me and brother Tony napping out. When it got so cold up in Michigan, there's nothing to do but sleep. So, brother and I crashed out. Yeah, I should send that to my brother. The Pier, St. Petersburg, Florida. Grandpa's house in Hialeah, but not sure who this person is. Circa 1960s, I guess. Grandpa and Eunice, and looks like somebody else, and one of their cruises. Not sure what that is. Not sure. Food fair. Uncle Louie. This is Grandpa's youngest brother. This is the baby of the family, Uncle Lou. Passed away recently. Very cool guy. We'll tell you a little more about him later, but there again, very cool guy, Uncle Louie. My workout room. My cousin Caitlin. Looks like I'm doing some scuba. No, I'm not sure who this is. We're over at the plantation over in Crystal River doing some scuba diving. Aunt Stella and myself at the pier again. This looks like this was Bill Garcia's house over in Miami Lakes. He had a floating pier kind of connected to the ground with a chain. We'd go swimming out there. I believe that's me. The pier again. It almost looks like a toy, doesn't it? But it wasn't. It's Dad. What is he reading there? Not even sure. We're at Bill Garcia's house. Set up like a bachelor pad, but very cool. Nellie the Airedale, Grandpa's house in Ironwood. Nativity scene. Looks like Mexico, because when I see iguanas, I think Mexico, where I went to Mexico with my ex-wife back in '97. Christmas party. There's me, there's Grandma, and some relatives. I have no idea who they are. Grandpa, looks like when he came back from, because what happened was he had hurt himself in the war. He was stationed in a hospital for almost a year in England, I believe. And when he came back, they fed him really well. The nurses over there had some really good pies going, so he put on some weight. Grandma and Grandpa. This could be, I don't know where this is exactly. But Grandma was, because she was pissed off at something. Not even sure. My workout room. St. Jude's Church, where we went to church. Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. Not exactly sure. Mexico, maybe? I'm not sure exactly. There's me at Costa Rica back in 71, 72, I'm not even sure. My workout room. Bill Garcia. Caught a tarpon. Loved to catch animals and mount them. Good for him, I guess, but he also has a marlin somewhere. Grandpa with his paintings, I'm telling you, I look at his paintings and puts me to shame. I think I'm an artist. No, Grandpa was an amazing artist. Brother Tony and Grandma, looks like they're on the what's the name of that ship? The Bounty. They would come to St. Petersburg. I think they used it in a movie or something. I'm not even sure. Eunice and one of her grandkids, I believe. My brother at graduation. Wow, pretty. That's my brother. Grandpa, I don't think he made that, but if he bought a figurine or a statue, he would mount it to different things, and he'd do a really good job. He'd build his own mounts, and he'd bevel the wood and all that stuff. He did a really good job. Looks like that's scuba diving in Crystal River. Aunt Stella and myself again. I believe this is Grandpa's cousin Gus. I believe. I'm fairly sure. Grandpa's house, Tyrone. Crucifix Grandpa had in his bedroom. I wish I could find that. He gave it to somebody, and boy, I wish I had that statue. There's me in Mexico on one of the ruins. I don't even know if I was even allowed to do what I did, but Brother Tony sitting on Santa's lap. Here's my brother. Yeah, he's smiling a little too much on Santa's lap. I don't like that. It's disturbing. Grandpa's... No, wait a minute. That's somebody's backyard. Grandpa's? I think it is Grandpa's backyard. Yeah, in Tyrone. My workout room. Nellie the dog stealing one of Brother Tony's hat. She loved to do that. And there's me in the background, my red snowmobile suit, my workout room, food fair, Grandpa's house over at Ironwood, Michigan. Again, he would build all of his own things for the house. He's really... Mom, that's my mother. Dottie girl back in the day. That's me during graduation. And what a scumbag I was. I was dating her, and I was dating her. Yeah, real rascal, huh? Painting from Grandpa, Tugboat. I still have that painting. Awesome painting. Grandma, lighting one up. She liked to smoke. Grandma shouldn't have smoked, but she did anyway. Aunt Stella and myself. Looks like having lunch at a restaurant in the Pier, St. Petersburg, Florida. Overcast. Looks like Miami Lakes, Bill Garcia's house. Michigan, winter day. Grandpa. Wiki Watchy. Yeah, he big smile on his face with that gal. That's funny. I like that. He's kind of a flirt. Love him to death, but looks like Vegas. Brother went to Vegas, I guess. Brother loves to travel, a lot like you. He loves to get the wind in his sails and travel around. My ex-wife, yeah. All right. Okay, let's continue here. Some restaurant, area code 718. Have no clue. Couldn't even tell you. Okay, this is my cousin Tommy. Oh, gee, I forgot. Uncle Richie had 4 sons. Oopsie. Little Louie, Rexy, I believe, Tommy, and cousin David. This is my cousin Nita. This is Aunt Stella's daughter. Aunt Stella being Grandpa's youngest daughter. I'm not sure who this person is. So let's just keep going. Nellie the dog. Grandpa's house, Tyrone. Christmas lights. Michigan. 70s. Me. Yeah, I did chunk up, didn't I? Mom, my mother. Brother Tony, back in probably 95, I guess. Something. Bill Garcia's doc. 70s. Nellie the dog. Ironwood, Michigan. That snow would get really high. We used to get a couple 100 inches of snow every year. It was really insane. Dad's grave. Richard James Garcia, U.S. Air Force. Date of birth and when he died. Breaks my heart. Really does. Hope he's in a better place, seriously. And Dad. Grandpa and Eunice, when they got married. Grandpa looks a little nervous, but he was very happy with Eunice. I gotta admit, he was happy as anything. One of Grandpa's paintings. Excellent painter. My youngest son, a couple years old, born in '86. It must have been '88. That's my brother. Oh, wasn't he pretty? Got the late '80s, early '90s hairdo, but brother Tony, after he lost weight, he looks awesome, and he still looks awesome. He's done a really good job. I'm very proud of my little brother. Eunice, Grandpa's second wife. Black Bears at the Dump in Michigan. One of Grandpa's statues. I don't know. Grandpa and myself at my graduation. My brother and myself at my graduation. So I guess I was 17, I guess, something or other. I'm not sure. I think that's Caitlin. Who is that? I don't know. I don't know whose funeral that is. I don't think that's Dad. That's somebody else who passed away. I'm not sure who that is. I don't believe it's Dad. That's Grandma. Brother Tony, see how heavy he was? Yeah, he lost that weight. He looks awesome now. I gotta admit, he did a good job. Grandpa, building his fence and embellished the fence with flowers and so on. He really liked doing that. That's me, probably on my mother's back in Hialeah. 65. I was born in 65, so who knows? 69, 68. Scuba diving in Cozumel. Looks like Grandpa's house in Hialeah. The family. Yeah, Grandpa. Aunt Tony, I believe. Grandpa's older sister. Used to beat the crap out of him. He told me stories. It was kind of funny. Uncle Richie. He used to have one of those smoking the cigarette on a stick thing. You know, he liked to mess with people. Uncle Richie was the family clown. Boy, he loved messing with people's heads. He was awesome. I miss him a lot. I'm not sure who this person is here. Could be Rexy. I can't make out. This is my cousin and his wife when they got married. Not from the Garcias. This looks circa, whoa. This looks like Grandma Hill's family, Grandma Julie's family. Just not exactly sure who. Man, it's hard to tell. Wish these things were had information, but I believe this is Grandma Julie's family in Michigan. My son Tony, looks like he's 4 or 5 maybe. Bill Garcia, Uncle Bill. Yeah, he he's a badass. Loved him, but him and I didn't get along so well. But he's still a good guy. I wish he was still around, to be honest. Tyrone Boulevard, Grandpa's house. My brother and me probably on vacation. I see suitcases back there. This is a hotel room somewhere, so we were probably taking... Grandpa liked trips. He loved to take the trips and take us along. One of Grandpa's paintings, Grizzly Bear. Again, great painter. Up in Michigan. That could be Grandma. I know that's Laura's... Grandpa's... Wait a minute. I think... Yeah, Grandma... We had her cousin lived across the street from us, the Foreigners. That might be Laura Foreigner. And that might be... Who is that? Bill Foreigner, maybe? I'm not sure. Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. Looks like Billy Boy and Grandma with their hair curlers. I'm not sure whose hand that is. And this is my stepfather's nephew. Very good guy. That's Jimmy Honori. Man. This is Grandpa and one of Great Uncle Bill's, Grandpa's brother's daughter. And this is kind of the daughter who reminds me of you, Therese. She loves to travel. Man, she'll travel from point anywhere in the world. She loves to travel. She's got the traveling bug. And it's Great Uncle Bill's youngest daughter, and I can't remember her name. Because he had a bunch of kids. St. Augustine, I believe. Where is that? I don't even know what that is. Eunice, that's somewhere. Uncle Richie, my brother and myself. Not sure where. I don't know. Some place in Illinois, probably. My brother and his daughter. Our brother. Jeez, I gotta get used to this. Daughter Caitlin. Grandpa's house at Tyrone. My mother feeding a raccoon at Aqualand in up north. Tarpon Springs. Met me in Mexico. Dad over at this in Georgia, some big wheel waterfall thing. I'm not the best. I may not be the best narrator for this. I'm doing the best I can. But there's Pop. He's hanging out there, and there's Grandpa and Grandpa and our brother Tony. You gotta get used to this. Looks like we're at an air show, MacDill Air Force Base. Looks like 1979, 1980 maybe. Not sure. This is Uncle Louie, Grandpa's youngest brother, and Uncle Richie, Grandpa's... On 9 kids, I think he was number 5, and this is number 9. Again, both these people rocked. They were the best. Garcias are the best. They're a great family. Okay, this is Grandma's side. This is Grandma's... No. Cousin? Sister? Anna. Damn. I don't know. Ernest. And this is your cousin. Oh, this is Irene, I believe. Wait a minute. Anna and Irene, they're brother and they're 2 sisters, that's right. Irene being Grandma's cousin, so Anna was a cousin. What do I keep thinking sister? Eunice and her grandson, I believe. Grandma and Grandpa, looks like they're at the pier, St. Pete, Florida. Grandpa's, man, I wish I had that. Some statue he had. Oh man, I wish I had that. I believe this is Costa Rica. We went to look at the volcanoes. Grandpa took pictures of the inside of a dead volcano. Could be Caitlin, our brother's daughter. Painting my grandfather did. I don't know why it came out looking like that. Grandpa's house in Hialeah, 200 East 60th Street, Hialeah, Florida. Very cool. had a pool. He had music throughout there. It was really nice. Fun memories of swimming back there when I was a kid. Again, not sure. I'm not even sure, to be honest, where this is. Mexico, I don't know. Costa Rica, probably Costa Rica. Grandpa with a snowblower. Man, we've got a lot of snow up there in Michigan. It's ridiculous. But he had no problem going out there and dealing with it. Although I think after X amount of years of that, he said, let's go back to Florida. I don't know. Somebody, maybe me, brutalizing our dog. I don't even know, to be honest. My youngest son, Bobby, when he was probably 3 or 4 maybe. Aunt Stella, Grandpa's youngest daughter, and I'm not sure who that is. Probably, I'm not sure. I hate to say that. Oh, two favorite ladies. I have no idea who this is. Darn. My mother catching bass, trout, tarpon. I don't know. Looks like a church in maybe Mexico. St. Augustine. I don't know. This looks like Tarpon Springs. Understand, almost all of these photos were taken by Grandpa. Somebody's gravesite. I'm not sure who exactly. Our brother Tony at a cruise on. Grandpa and Eunice took him on a cruise to somewhere. He met up with this gal. This is my son's baptism. That's my ex-wife. This is myself. This is myself. This is me with my first car, 1972 Firebird. Yeah. I didn't like it. Grandpa loved it. I hated it. I wasn't into sports cars. I like practical cars. It was a toss-up between that or a AMC Gremlin. I would have much rather take the Gremlin. It was just practical. Looks like me at my first communion, I believe. I don't know. I was probably 6 or 7. I'm not even sure. Grandma. Look at that. Probably watching my brother and I. We're probably out on our brother. We're out on a raft or something. She always watched us. Grandma watched us like a hawk. Not sure. Not sure who that is. Grandpa in a house in Michigan. Graduation. Grandma and Eunice at my graduation. Again, another picture of Grandpa after Normandy in the hospital over there. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Oh, those are not real deer, by the way. He bought the huge statue deer. But they look kind of nice. Oh, Grandpa caught some fish. I guess. Must have. This is in St. Petersburg. Sunken Gardens. Here's my brother. Here's Grandma. And I'm not sure who that is. Maybe it's me. Maybe. I don't know. Sunken Gardens. My son Tony, about 6 or 7. Food fair, I believe. In the pier. Grandpa holding... not sure. Maybe one of my kids. No, who is that? I don't even know. My brother, probably 11 or 12. My brother's... I don't know. Graduation, I guess? I'm not sure. Tarpon Springs. Watching the sponge diver, I guess. I think that's in Mexico, but I don't know. I think it's Mexico. Grandpa took that. Aunt Stella and myself over at the pier again. My ex-wife. Yeah, she always, her boobs will always flop out of her bathing suit. Gotta love her, but what a ding-dong. It's my ex-wife and my son and myself, and I think Tony was probably a year or so. Great-grandma Hill, and I'm not sure who that is, to be honest. You know, it could be Ernest. He's got that face. He looks like Ernest. Grandma's cousin's husband. It's possible. That looks like... I don't even know. It looks kind of creepy to me. Billy Carter's... where he was President Carter's brother in Georgia. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Not sure. Either a friend or a cousin of Grandpa's. I'm not exactly sure. Navy, I guess? I don't know. Okay. Great-grandma Garcia. Grandpa's mother, and these are, who knows, cousins or aunts or uncles. I'm not even sure exactly, but black and white photo, probably in the 60s. Oh, Dad's grave. Sorry. That really hit Grandma hard. I can't tell you how hard that hit her. I feel really bad. Yeah, it's sad. Not sure who this is. Looks like my brother, my cousin Rexy. Has he got an earring? No, I can't bet. It's back in the 70s. They didn't wear earrings back then. And myself. And looks like, where is this? I don't know where that is, to be honest. Myself, I had a Green Bay Packer jacket that I really hated because it never kept me warm. And looks like Grandpa and Eunice when they got married. He was very happy with her. Grandpa's workshop, I believe, at Michigan or St. Pete. I'm not sure. Not sure where that is. That's me and my son Tony when he was little, obviously, back in maybe 87, 88, I guess. Grandma, she hated the beach. Very fair-skinned Finlander. The sun was brutal on her, so she really tried her best to stay out of it, and it was probably a good thing. My brother, football. Oh boy. Not sure. Not sure where that is. Air show. My brother and myself. I'm not sure who this is. Friend of the family or cousin. I'm not sure who that is. My brother Tony and myself. Mexico. I like Mexico, by the way. Mexico's pretty cool. I like Mexico a lot. Myself, graduation. Me holding. See, I tend to put on weight. I got to be careful. It's me holding my oldest son. I used to run a convenience store. I was the manager there. Somebody's graduation. I think it was my brother's. Not sure. Oh, wait a minute. We got some names here. Can't make them out, though. Who is that? Can't even tell you. Hey, maybe you can find out. I don't know who these people are. Brother Tony, air show. That is Uncle Richie. He was in the Air Force. He was actually a paratrooper. They came down in those... wasn't a parachute. They come down in a plane that actually glided in. And boy, I hear a lot of those got picked off during the war. I'm very happy he survived that because it wasn't a good thing for those pilots who glided in. Soldiers. Ugh, what a crazy time. Brother Tony with Nellie in St. Pete, Florida. Probably 83, 84. Brother Tony. He was heavy back in those days, but he lost it. Ironwood, Michigan. Nativity. Grandpa probably put this together. He, like I said, he loved fooling around with materials and wood and very creative. This is Grandma. That's Aunt Stella, and that's Uncle John. Uncle John was Aunt Stella's husband. And Ironwood, Michigan. Next to that Wassa house that you have all the photos of, there was a smaller cottage that had been there for, God, probably 100 years. And Grandpa fixed it up, painted it, and tried to make it nice. Our brother's daughter, Caitlin. Same picture, I guess. Grandpa and Eunice getting married. Nellie the dog. In Michigan, looks like Cape Canaveral, I guess. And there's Brother Tony and myself. Not sure. I think it's Mexico right there. Mexico again, I believe. My mother in the stocks or some museum. She enjoys that. Myself and my son laying around, probably eating Lucky Charms or something. I don't know. This, I believe, that's probably Irene, Grandma's cousin. God, 40s, 50s, who knows. Ironwood, Michigan. My son Tony. Our brother's daughter Caitlin. Not exactly sure who that is. Grandma, Grandpa, and Eunice. And I might be going pretty fast here. Don't worry, I'm going to send you all these photos in a zip file. Don't worry about that. That's Grandma's cousin Laura, lived across the street from us in Michigan. That's Bill Garcia's Bill Garcia's house. That's probably Grandma there, maybe. That's probably Aunt Dottie. I'm not sure who that is. That's Bill Garcia right there, and that's my brother pushing him in. That's funny. That's okay. This is kind of a fun photo. This is Grandma, and that's Bill Garcia standing behind her, and that's my brother Tony right there. And these are all of Uncle Bill's drinking buddies. Isn't that nice? But Grandma decided to pose for that photo. I thought that was really cute. The Abraham Lincoln birthplace, Illinois, I believe. No, I don't know where it is. Not sure who that is. That looks like it's the Veterans Park in St. Pete. That is our brother's ex-wife, Sherry, and Caitlin. That is, I have no idea where that is. One of Grandpa's paintings. Man, you got a lot of paintings. Bill Garcia's got them. Darn it, I guess I'll never see those paintings again. Cruise. It's one of the many cruises Grandpa would take. House in Michigan again. Right out of a postcard, huh? Mexico, I believe. My brother's dog. Puddles. The damn dog pissed all over the place. Holding my idiot son again. And Grandpa. Food fair. All those pretty girls. He was probably happy about that. Grandpa. Tarpon Springs. Grandpa and Eunice. Just Peanut Farm. Plains, Georgia. Okay. Peanut Gallery. I don't know. Probably something to do with Jimmy Carter. My ex-wife and my oldest son, Tony. Painting Grandpa did. Yeah, was he good? Yeah. My brother and I wearing our German memorabilia. Grandpa probably forced us to take that picture, but that's okay. A restaurant somewhere. That's pretty nice. Where is it? No idea where that is. 1993. Brother's graduation. I believe that's Tony over there. Taking his vow of celibacy or whatever the hell he's doing. I think that's me. Yeah, could be. I remember that old sewing machine Grandma had, or my mother had. Corky the Yorkie, one of Grandpa's dogs. Looks like Busch Gardens. My son Tony. Probably Mexico, but I'm not sure. My mother, back in 79 maybe. Pretty gal, still is. Mexico. Grandpa's station wagon. Grandpa built us that tree house. I remember falling out of there, but that really sucked. Fell right on my back too. So I'm lucky I survived that. Up Michigan. Mexico, I believe. The ruins in Mexico. Bahamas. I think that's the Bahamas. You know, we did a cruise to Bahamas. I think it was Grandpa, Eunice, and myself. They had the shuttle that went back to the main ship and so on. That's Grandma Julie with some neighbors. It's me with my youngest son, Bobby. And I really porked up, didn't I? Yeah. That's my brother and me. I'm on the left, Tony's on the right. I'm sorry, our brother. Damn. Michigan, lots of snow. My graduation. Corky the Yorkie and Fifi the Poodle, Grandpa's dogs. Yes, stay those dogs. Grandma and Grandpa at, looks like Tarpon Springs, I believe. Caribou Grandpa painted. Again, awesome painter. Cousin David. I couldn't stand him. He was a dick. But I was young. Grandpa over here and Uncle John, Aunt Stella's husband over here. That's Grandma and Aunt Dottie, Bill Garcia's wife, in Guadalajara, I believe, Mexico. I'm sorry the painting got all messed up. I don't know how that happened. Grandma had a good time there. She enjoyed that. Aunt Stella, and I'm not sure who this is, at I don't know, SeaWorld, I guess. House in Michigan. I think that's my wife's nephew. That's got to be Michigan. I'm just not sure where exactly. That is... Oh, who was that? Man. Crap. I don't know. Don't know. One of Grandpa's relatives. I just don't know who. Darn it. Grandpa's paintings. Oh, it's me. Aren't I pretty? Graduation. Grandpa at the Sunken Gardens, I believe. Not sure. Mexico, I believe. Mexico is my ex-wife and I. Somebody took a picture over at the ruins. Grandma at the pier. This might be another picture of Uncle Louie, Uncle Richie, and Grandpa. Fireplace when Grandpa first got the house in Michigan. Another picture. These look like Grandma's family. I can just tell by the face, you know, to be honest. They look like Grandma. I just don't know who these people are, to be honest. Could be Grandma's father. I don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe one of these is Grandma. I just don't know who. This could be Grandma. I just don't know. That's me. Football. Hated football. Ironwood, Michigan. Me, the little Nazi soldier with the Kaiser helmet on. I don't know why Grandpa dressed me up like that. I don't know what's up with that. My son Tony. Looks like 88 maybe, 1988. Corky the Yorkie. Big old tree in Ironwood, Michigan. Nellie in the backyard. Grandpa's house in Michigan. I think that was me. Not too long after being hatched, I guess. Me in high school. That's my... Grandpa had a den there. We could study and read. And Grandpa loved his books. Boy, did he love to read. In fact, the Garcias typically like to read. We're readers, big time. And we read everything we get our hands on. It's crazy. Grandpa with that creepy doll. Eunice had those. Boy, those things freaked me out. I don't know why she had that doll collection. Grandpa painted that. The Toro painting. I think Bill Garcia has it. Bill Garcia passed away. Redhead Dottie. My aunt has it. And it's too bad I'll never see that again. Oh well. Mexico. No. Club Med. Church in Mexico, I believe. That's pretty. Not sure. I'm not sure who that is. Might be our relations on Uncle Richie's side. I'm just not sure exactly. Brother Tony in football. High school. My ex-wife and my youngest son and myself. Probably 1988 maybe. And I believe this is great-grandma Hulda. And I'm just not sure who these people are, to be honest. Cousins or relations of Grandma Julie. Just not sure who. And there again. Man, that looks really cool, though. I just don't know who these people are. That looks like... Oh, man. Grandma had relations in Ironwood. Cousins. They had a cousin across the street and also another cousin down the road. And I this could be them, but I'm not sure exactly. But I believe they're relations of ours. Michigan, Ironwood. Not sure exactly. Kind of cool looking. Grandma, looks like we're getting ready to leave Uncle Bill's. Looks like Uncle Bill's house. In, I don't know, maybe 74 maybe? 73. Grandpa again. I don't know why I got so many pictures of this. Grandpa's on the right, of course. Right over here. Okay, party at Bill Garcia's. That's Bill Garcia right there with his Burt Reynolds mustache. Not sure who this is, and I'm not exactly sure who that is. That's probably me, but it could be my brother. Our brother. Damn. Not sure who that is. Cousins of ours, just don't know who. Grandpa, deep in thought. Looks like me coming up, scuba diving. Is that me? No, that's Todd. I took the picture. That's Todd at Crystal River. Me, I was born, and our dog Duchess. Duchess was with us a long while. That's my brother in the house in St. Pete. Okay, carrying on. This is Uncle Al. Uncle Al was Grandpa's oldest brother. He was the oldest of the litter. Really cool. I spoke with him a couple times, and a really classy guy. Lived to be really old and a real badass. And that's his daughter, our cousin, I guess, or our aunt. I'm not sure how that lineage goes, and I can't remember her name, but she's very, very pretty. And I guess their daughter. And I'm not really good on the names on Uncle Al's side. Sorry. Oops. And we got, not sure what that is exactly. Kind of cool, don't know what it is. Looks like Cancun Cozumel. My mother having a party. Looks like it's at Bill Garcia's house. That is Aunt Flo, Uncle Louie's wife, and these two people, I'm not sure exactly who they are, but she's Uncle Louie and Aunt Flo. Boy, talk about a couple of go-getters. Man, they were dynamic. That's an understatement. They were just really business and doing things, and they used to win dance contests when they were younger and all this kind of stuff. They were a couple of real movers and shakers. And Aunt Flo rocked. She was at Grandpa's funeral. And I really wish I would stay closer to the family. I should. I don't. But they were really cool people. God, awesome people. That's me. Ugh. Driving a car, I guess. I don't know. Probably 66. I'm not even sure. Ex-wife and me, and my two sons, Tony and Bobby. Brother Tony on the Bounty. He's probably 12 or 13. Nativity scene. Grandpa on one of his many cruises. Loved his cruises. And nice photo. Looks like he had a good time. Grandma napping. Grandma loved to take a snort of whatever she was drinking. Usually it was vodka, straight. And then she would just go to that happy place. And frankly, I don't blame her because I like my naps too. So that's Grandma. Bill Garcia at his house in Miami Lakes. Uncle Bill and Nellie the dog. And that's Dad's brother, Bill Garcia. Yep. Back in maybe 78, maybe? I'm not sure. Grandma napping away again. Taking a snooze. A siesta. Brother Tony and Nellie the dog. Probably, I don't know, 74, 76 maybe? I'm not sure. That was me. For some reason, Grandpa decided to buy me a bunch of silver dollars and put them on me and take a photo. Don't know what significance that was, but hey, that's the photo. Me with silver dollars. Grandma snoozing again. She probably put that hat on because she knew she was going to be photographed. That's at the house at Tyrone Boulevard in St. Pete, Florida. Oh, that's me. Ooh, it's probably 7. I don't know. Who is that? Damn, I don't know. It's a pretty house, though. That's neat. I don't know who that is, though. One of Grandpa's paintings. I think Bill Garcia has that painting. Maybe I have it. I don't know. Grandpa painted. That's Grandpa. That is Aunt Tony on the right, and that's Uncle John, Aunt Stella's husband, on the left. Probably circa 77, maybe 1977. Not sure where that was. Probably a hotel where they took their mini. Oh, 1993. Huh. Don't know. Cozumel, scuba diving. Grandpa's yard in Michigan. The elves and the flowers. That's my workout room. I actually wanted to start a workout room called a combat room. People could go out and work out. They had punching bags and all that stuff, and these people would go in there and destroy my equipment. That's why I didn't think it was a very good idea. Neat concept, just didn't work out so well. Grandma and Grandpa, probably not sure where that is exactly. Central America or Mexico, not sure exactly. Grandpa probably took that photo. Mexico, definitely Guadalajara, Mexico. Bill Garcia, he had mounted animals in his house. He shot bears and cougars and tarpon and marlin and all this stuff. And his house was actually like a museum. It was really kind of cool now I think about it. But he had all these embellishments around his house of his hunting. Now this, man, I know that's Grandma's family. I just don't know who. And I'm not going to guess. Not sure exactly who, I'm sorry. Grandpa's one of his figurines. My brother and myself. Grandpa's house in Hialeah. Grandma somewhere. Well, where is that exactly? I don't know about those chairs. They don't look very comfortable, but I don't know where that. I do not know where that is. Aunt Dottie, that is Bill Garcia's wife. Looks like mid-70s maybe. Picture Grandpa took. Nativity scene. Oh, I got so many of those. Looks like the air show in MacDill in Tampa. And it looks like, okay, looks like we got great grandpa, great grandma, and these little buggers. I think, you know that, no. I'm not going to guess. I'm not sure exactly who those people are. My cousins or uncles or aunts. I'm not even sure, to be honest. Brother Tony at some festival. I'm not sure where. It looks like maybe 2000, 1995, 2000 maybe. Maybe a little later. I'm not sure. Brother Tony putting on some cologne. Good for him. Oh, 87? Really? Okay, 87, I guess. Okay. Looks like me when I was little. Air show, MacDill. Very cool. Flounder and Cozumel. Scuba diving. No idea. This is probably Lion Country Safari. Grandpa would take us to all these Parrot Jungle and Lion Country and Monkey Land and Disney and all the crap all the time. Grandpa on the right, Grandma on the left, and I'm not sure, one of their neighbors on the middle. Having somebody's birthday, I guess. Coffee and so on. Looks like Mexico or Costa Rica, not sure. Grandpa caught a tarpon over at Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. Good catch, neat. My workout room, that's myself in the middle. That's my mother's husband, my stepfather, Vito Honori, very cool guy. And that's my youngest son, Bobby, on the right. So that was probably circa 1996, maybe. Air show again. Parrot Jungle, probably. Grandpa dragged us there, more than likely. Could be Aunt Flo, Uncle Louie's wife, but not sure. It looks like her a little bit, Aunt Flo. Brother Tony and me at Plains, Georgia. One of Grandpa's cousins. I have no idea who that is. That's funny. Old photo, black and white. That's my mother. Looks like Bill Garcia's house, Miami Lakes. That's me with that Buddha belly and my brother coming up the ladder at Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. At the dump with bears, Michigan. Nativity scene. What is with these nativity scenes? Eunice, Grandpa's second wife. That, I think, is Dad. That's Dad in Grandpa's swimming pool in Miami Lakes. Hialeah. And 200 East 60th Street, Hialeah, Florida. I don't know, probably about 14, 15. From what I understand, Dad didn't really go in the pool too much. He'd rather hang out with his buddies over at the canals. They would go swimming in the canals and drink like fish and have a good time. That's what Grandpa told me. It's me when I was little. Brother Tony and me, little Nazis. I don't know what's up with that. Brother Tony's daughter Caitlin. Looks like Mexico again. Little Nazis. That's definitely Cozumel. One of Grandpa's paintings. I don't know if I have that one. Either my mother has it or Bill Garcia has it. That's me. God, I was that fat. With my oldest son when he was born. Graduation, my brother and me. Another photo of Grandpa's house in St. Pete. Nativity scene. Okay, this, I believe, is Grandma's cousin, Sylvia. And, who's that? It could be, it's either Irene, her sister, or Anna? No. But I'm not going to guess. But I know this is definitely Sylvia. My Aunt Sylvia, who's awesome. That's Grandma's cousin. Awesome, awesome person. She's great. And, of course, she's gone now. It's, oh, okay, this is, over at Memorial Gardens in Hialeah, Florida, is where Grandpa's family is. And, man, they're all there. Everyone, great-grandpa, great-grandma, my grandma, our grandmother, Bill Garcia, all of Grandpa's brothers and sisters are there pretty much, except for Aunt Stella. She's buried in Chicago. And I'm really sorry Dad is buried over in Georgia. It'd be nice if we could get him down here, but Brother again with some gal he met on a cruise. It's my brother on the right here. I don't know what else going on. Okay, that's great Grandma Hulda and my brother and me. I remember her being very stern. She wasn't all jumping for joy. Even in the younger photo, she didn't look like she was too happy, so I don't know what was up with that. My brother Tony, looks like we're in Georgia mountains. There's my brother right there, our brother, and myself. Looks like Grandpa when I was born. He looked very serious. He's probably thinking, what did I just step into here? That is Great Grandpa Garcia. I'm not sure exactly who that is, and I'm not sure exactly who that is. I'm not going to guess. I think that's Grandpa's house in... oh, I don't even know, to be honest. I'm not going to guess. Baseball game, have no clue. My son Tony at the pier. Looks like he was about a year old. Mexico? Costa Rica? Not sure. 1994. Probably one of Grandpa's many cruises he took. Grandpa and Eunice getting married. And two friends of theirs, very cool. I just can't remember their names, but they were very cool people that they knew. Grandma and Grandpa at Eunice's house, I believe, before Eunice and Grandpa got married when Grandma passed away. Mexican restaurant, I assume. Looks like Cozumel. Grandpa with some kind of car. Studebaker? I don't know. Cool car, though, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's Grandpa back in the day. Oh, look at me when I was pretty. Hey, what do you know? When was that? I don't even know. Bill Garcia and redhead my Aunt Dottie with their dog Savage. And Bill Garcia shot this Kodiak bear in Alaska, I believe, and he had it mounted. Pretty cool house he had, actually. It's Eunice, very cool lady. St. Jude's Church. My brother and I, my brother here, and that's me, I think, in 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah. Baseball game, I have no idea. Grandma getting into somebody's pool, not sure. She probably just did that just to stay cool, because she really could not take the heat. Bill Garcia, Dad's brother in the Air Force. He was as mean as he looked. I hate to say that. And when he got drunk, he's even meaner, so, I'm not going to go there. Grapefruit, grapefruit and oranges, I believe. Grapefruit from Grandpa's tree. Grandpa loved the orange trees, and he had avocado trees in his house in Hialeah, and when he moved to St. Pete, he had grapefruit trees and all that stuff. He really had a secret for growing some unbelievable fruits and so on from his trees. Nativity scene, that's about the 20th one. My workout room I had, big mistake. Oh, that's me lifting a lot of weight in Ironwood, Michigan, probably 1977. With that 70s show hairdo. Look at that. Okay, this looks like Grandpa and his baseball team when he was, I don't know how old he was, probably before the war, I'm not sure. Maybe after. But that's Grandpa right there with his buddies. Grandpa, my brother, and myself at Dad's grave. That's my friend Todd. We went snorkeling over at Crystal River. Very cool. Grandma Hulda at, looks like their house in Hialeah, I believe. No, wait a minute. Oh, how could it be? It's a hot water heater. Must be up north then, I guess. Must be up in Michigan. Mexico, I guess. Dad, happy birthday, Dad. Not sure what birthday that was, but got that sideburn action going there. Sideburns, looks good. Good looking guy. Looks like Cozumel again. That's my brother, the fisherman, with his buddy Chris Stillo, I believe, and Ray Ciaffi, and they were in high school going fishing. That's my brother right there, our brother right there. My mother when I was born. Look at me. Oh, nice. Duchess, a dog. Me, and that was probably 1990. Oh, I see a little 1995. Yeah, handsome bugger. I don't know what happened to that guy. Not sure who this guy is. Looks like when we went scuba diving over Crystal River. I think that's Todd. This is old school. Wow, it looks like Grandma Hulda. And who knows? Cousins or great uncles, or I don't even know, to be honest. But it looks like it was in Michigan, obviously. There's great-grandma right back there. Eunice. Looks like Tarpon Springs. Okay, okay, listen to this. This is a family reunion. This is great-grandma, great-grandpa's wedding anniversary. This is probably Aunt Carmen. And this is Uncle Louie, the youngest of the pack. And I'm not sure who these other people are. That's me with my Tarzan book. Man, I wish I could find that book. Loved reading art books. Family reunion, that's me and Grandma at a family reunion we had in Chicago. That was back in 78 maybe. My workout room, workout mats. My cousin Ciro getting beat up by our dog. That looks like Vegas. My brother likes his Vegas. Back in 93, took the picture. Busch Gardens. No idea. Probably my cousins from my Garcia side. I just don't know who they are, to be honest. Sorry to say. No idea. I think that could be my brother on the right, but I'm not sure exactly. In Ironwood, Michigan. And there's Grandpa. You know what? I think that photo he used in his passport back when we went to Costa Rica, so that's about 74 maybe. Grandpa's house at Tyrone Boulevard. I took a walk through that sliding glass door. And by accident, I cut up my knees really bad because there's glass everywhere. So I don't have fond memories of that glass door, I'll tell you right now. No idea. Some museum Grandpa took us to. Grandpa and Eunice getting married. Cozumel. My workout room. Mexico maybe, not sure. That's me at my graduation. Yeah, I know 18 years old was coming. I didn't like that very much. That's Grandpa, Grandma, and myself at my graduation. Graduated in 83. Uncle John, that's Aunt Stella's husband. Passed away, of course. Good guy. You know what? These could be his grandchildren or great-grandchildren. I don't know. That's my son. When Grandpa painted him like a pirate, go figure. That's Bill Garcia getting into his car after he'd done bowling. And that's Grandpa's house. Looks like me swimming. Probably me or my brother swimming in the pool. Okay, we got some family here. We got Cousin Vicky, Cousin David, which is Uncle Richie's, Cousin Renee, which is Uncle Louie's, Cousin Peggy, Uncle Lou's, Aunt Stella. Grandpa would call her Lolly, because I guess when he was a little kid he couldn't say Stella, so we called her Lolly. That's cousin Rexy. That's Uncle Richie's son, and that's Sue, which I believe is Great Uncle Bill's daughter. Hope I got that right. That's Grandma and Grandpa. Looks like a rocket, so they must be at Cape Canaveral. Grandpa's paintings, a marlin. Somebody taking a nap. Looks like my mother at some park, I guess. Blonde, must be my mom. This looks like Grandma Hulda. And you know what? That could be Grandma. Boy, that looks like Grandma. I bet you it's Grandma. And Great-Grandma Hilda, back in God knows when. 50s maybe? Not sure. My workout room I had. That's me. That's definitely a picture of me over at Crystal River. Freezing my ass off because that spring water's cold. That's why I had a sweater on under the water like it did any good. Grandpa and Eunice getting married again. Right there. That's me when I was maybe 94 with my mom. That's Mexico. That's when I went to Mexico. That's Grandpa, Grandma, and Eunice when I did the cruises, I guess. Grandpa looked very serious. Don't know what's up with that. Grandma going to somebody's grave. I'm just not sure whose. I think that might be Eunice's husband. Not sure where. Could be anywhere. It's Grandma with Bill Miller at Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes, probably circa 1979 maybe, perhaps. Nellie the dog. My graduation. Not sure exactly. I don't think that's the house in Michigan. Could be. I don't think so. Scuba diving. Grandpa's backyard. Fruits and produce. And there's Dad. Good old Dad. A deck of cards he's got there, or pack of smokes. I'm not even sure. Over at Bill Garcia's house. That's my workout room. Grandpa with the snowblower, Michigan. Grandpa and me and my mother. It looks like we took a trip somewhere. I'm just not sure exactly where. We're always taking trips somewhere. My cousin with the dog Nellie. Okay, Bill Garcia. His wife, Redhead Dottie, and my mother, Dottie. They're both Dottie, by the way. That's me when I was little. Ugh, ugly kid, huh? Corky the Yorkie. Mexico, I believe. Sea urchin. Cozumel scuba diving. I think that's my brother. Some museum, I guess. I'm not even sure exactly. Okay, hospital in England. This is Grandpa. Convalescing in the hospital, and some of his compatriots from the war, I suppose. That's Grandpa after he got shot in World War II. That's my brother, and oh, I remember that toy. Oh, I remember that. Swimming in the pool in Hialeah. My workout room. Look at me, what a brute, huh? Yeah, hairy. Snack that 70s show hairdo. God, I can't believe I had the hair like that. Okay, Grandma and Grandpa. Looks like he just got back from England. Both of them look really good. Yeah, look at that, huh? Bear at the Dump, St. Jude's Church, House at Tyrone Boulevard in St. Pete, and Jimmy Carter restaurant, I guess. Don't know who these people are, but that's me. Oh, wow. What a nice, sexy thing. Not. Somebody's pets. I think it's my brother's pets. Our brother's pets. There's brother Tony and myself at Air Show in MacDill Air Force. My workout room. Me, bare-assed. Isn't that nice? I think it's Grandpa's house. Way back before they built a fence around. And from what I understand, when they first moved in that Hialeah era, there was nothing but dirt roads, and then it just built around them very quickly. Back in those days, there wasn't much out there. Fifi the Poodle. That is my wife's mother in Panama. That's Benny, great gal. Friends of the family. I think that's my brother. Our brother. At some... what did the kids do? Elementary school play, yeah. I guess he was a pig. It's funny. Grandma over here. This is Grandpa's house. So I remember the photos. That's Eunice. That's Grandma. Not sure who that is. Friend of the family, I guess. Mexico. The Bounty, I believe. Michigan. Oof, cold. Grandpa and Eunice. One of their many cruises. Corky the Yorkie. My brother, the football player. That was me. Probably traumatizing our dog. I wasn't very good with animals back then. I've changed a lot. So my workout room. There's your brother. Look at that. Scuba diving. Back in, God, it must have been maybe 94, 95. Not sure who that is. Grandpa, back home, 1945. Released from hospital. Look at that. Yeah, Grandpa. I think that's our brother's daughter, Caitlin. Graduation. No idea. My brother playing football here. I think my brother's somewhere here. Nellie, Grandpa with her family. This is Eunice, and that's her family. Lenny and Kathy, I believe. The old cottage in Ironwood, Michigan. Dad, there's a picture of Dad, and like I said, I believe he was a firefighter in the Air Force, I believe. And not sure where that is. Ironwood, Michigan. Looks like my brother, early 70s maybe. Brother and me graduation. My workout room. Nellie the dog. Grandma on the right, and I'm not sure who that is on the left. Not sure. My brother fishing. We used to go, I can't remember the name of the bridges over there, going towards the Keys. And Grandpa used to like to go fishing over there. It was quiet, and boy, there's some really big fish you could catch there. A lot of big fish would be trolling around out there. Brother Tony fishing. Back from Basque. Basque? Germany? I don't know. Not very good with my geographics, unfortunately. That's Grandpa. And you know, I know these photos look really small on here, but you're going to have all the photos in a zip drive. Zip file. That's house in Michigan. That's Brother Tony. I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe. Grandma in Mexico. I don't think Grandma liked the trips very much, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe she did, but I don't know. She liked the people, but I don't think she liked the trips very much. Nellie the dog, Michigan, my workout room. Somebody's, I think that's Aunt Sylvia's house, I believe. Grandma and Grandpa, somewhere. Where is that? Downtown St. Pete, maybe? Michigan, somewhere. Not sure, Mexico, maybe. That's my brother, our brother on the left with his friend Frank. No, can't remember. Brother Tony. He was a porker back in those days, but he lost it. The Garcia house in Michigan. A shark? Yeah, I think it's a shark. Someone's gonna get a shark. Looks like Mexico. Looks like your brother Eddie at graduation. My youngest son Bobby. Cute kid. He didn't get his looks from me, that's for sure. Grandpa and Brother Tony and Eunice in Mexico, Bahamas? No idea. They went everywhere. Michigan. Grandpa. Looks like Caitlin, I believe. Brother Tony's daughter. Brother Tony and me. We got a couple ugly kids. God, 70s hairdo. I look back. Were you redheads back then? Relations of Grandpa's? I'm just not sure exactly who these people are. Couldn't even tell you, to be honest. Submarine went over to Miami, the dock of Miami, and I guess he took us over there to see it. It was pretty cool. I remember that. Nellie the dog. That is me, I believe, at the house. No, wait a minute. Yeah, in Hialeah, probably. My workout room, I had martial arts videos. Aunt Stella. Aunt Stella at the pier. Redhead Dottie, Uncle Bill's wife with Nellie. Okay, what do we got here? Anybody I know? I don't know, look like a bunch of nurses. Maybe Grandpa took pictures of the nurses. I know he nurses took good care of him when he was overseas, convalescing. Grandpa and Eunice. My sons and their cousin. Brother Tony. Yeah, he'll kick your ass. Brother. His daughter Caitlin. Her niece. Our niece. Somebody's niece. Mexico, probably. Damn dog, what the hell? More pictures of the dog. More workout room. More graduation. That's Brother Tony and me. No, Brother Tony and Grandpa on my graduation in Mexico. Grandpa on one of his cruises. The Bounty. That's my mother on the right. Brother Tony and Grandpa. Grandma hated the sun. I don't know where that is exactly. Maybe it's Crandon Park Zoo in Miami. I'm not sure where that is, to be honest. That looks like Grandpa and Grandma at Lake Superior. Wow. Couldn't even tell you what date that was, but man, that's got to be in the 50s, huh? Maybe even late 40s. Don't even know. Michigan. Don't know. My brother trying to get out of a diving helmet at the Tarpon Springs. Nellie the dog. Martial arts videos I had in my workout room. Couldn't even tell you. Grandpa and Eunice. Duchess, the dog was with us forever, passed away, and a little cocker spaniel mixed with something else. Very good dog. Grandpa, look at that! Wow, hola amigo. Good looking guy. Good looking guy. That is my wife's sister, Narida. That is church somewhere, Mexico. That's my brother's graduation. Yeah, he didn't look too happy. I can never read my brother. I still can't, so. My martial arts workout room. Grandpa's art, figurines of some horses, some park, I don't know, the Bounty, and by the pier, St. Pete, Florida. Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma looks pretty unhappy. She really hated to follow him around everywhere. And there's me. Oh boy, what a happy baby. Boy, have I changed. Not sure where that is exactly. I'm not even sure. I'm not going to even... Me when I was little. Ew. Grandpa and Eunice. Some lake. Grandma and Grandpa in a diving helmet, Tarpon Springs. Dad. Mom. And that's Grandma, more likely, at their house in Hialeah. Workout room. That looks like Grandpa, Grandma, Sylvia? And Sylvie or Irene? I'm not even sure, to be honest. Richie. Studers of Texas. I guess when he was in the Air Force, I suppose. Tyrone. Some Bell in Mexico. Don't know where that is. It's probably my brother took that one. My brother. Oh, my brother lived in Arkansas. Maybe that's in Arkansas. I don't know. He went to University of Arkansas to get his law degree. Brother Tony in Mexico? Don't know. Nellie the dog. My workout room. My mother and myself. My graduation. Oh, she's so happy. That's me taking a dive at Grandpa's house in Hialeah. My workout room. Man, that's a cool room though. I wish I still had it. Eunice. Good gal. Grandpa. Looks like... maybe 90s, maybe. Bill Garcia. Caught a tarpon. Looks like circa 19. Who the hell knows? I'm guessing maybe 80s. That's me with my bike in Hialeah. I was probably 6 or 7. Saw that already. Abraham Lincoln birthplace. My brother and myself. Our brother and myself. Yeah. Ironwood. Grandpa and Eunice, wedding. That, I'm not even sure. Who was that? It could be our brother's daughter. I'm not going to guess, though. Not sure. Looks like, I don't know. Madeira Beach, maybe? St. Pete Beach? I'm not sure. That is myself, and that's my youngest son with the water wings, and teaching him how to swim. That's Grandpa with 2 of their neighbors. That is Grandpa with... Could be my cousins. I don't even know, to be honest. I don't think they're relation, though. That's Grandpa and Grandma. Isn't that cute? That's neat. Yeah. Grandma and Grandpa, when they first opened up the hardware store back in, I don't know, 50s, I guess. And so took some photos of that for posterity. My workout room. The Bounty, I believe. Redhead Dottie, Aunt Dottie wearing snowshoes in Michigan. Huh. That looks like Grandpa's wife, second wife Eunice. That's me over at St. Pete Beach. Wow, what a stud, huh? Not. That is one of Bill Garcia's. I think Billy Boy and a few of his friends invested in an airboat and they'd go out fishing and drinking. They had a cottage out there, I guess, or something or other. I don't even know. Leg spreader for my workout room. Yeah, had all the... That is Grandpa, and this is Joe Weisick. Mr. Weisick was Redhead Dottie's father. Mr. and Mrs. Weisick from Germany. Very, very cool people. Very cool people. Grandpa at the house in Hialeah. Looks like before anything was built back there, honestly. Grandpa's kind of thin there. One of the trips, probably in the 70s, we traveled somewhere, I'm not sure. Grandpa again with the neighbors. House of Tyrone. Oh, look at this cardboard. Yeah, that's when I took a little walk through the sliding glass door. That door had to be replaced because that wasn't the shatterproof glass. And yeah, I literally took a bath in glass. I still got glass in my leg to this day. That's Brother Tony's ex-wife Sherry when he went to the University of Arkansas to get his law degree. Brother Tony taking a dive in the pool. Grandpa's house. Grandpa and Eunice again. Dad in the Air Force, look at that. Wow, look at that. And, yeah, show this to your mom. Maybe good memories, bad memories, I don't know. Grandpa, looks like Georgia maybe. And it's hardware. Look at that. It's Grandpa started his hardware store. So Uncle Elliot, who was married to Aunt Carmen. Aunt Carmen was Grandpa's younger sister. And there's next, going left to right, that's Bill Gardner, Dad's best friend, Grandma, Grandpa, and Dad. That's hardware. Here's me with Eunice and Grandma. That's my brother's graduation. Yeah, looks pretty gloomy there. Brother Tony and his ex-wife Sherry. I don't know who that kid is. Couldn't even tell you. Grandma. I miss her. Bill Garcia. I don't necessarily miss him, but he's a good guy. He just fought a lot. He's both very strong. He was really strong opinion, and I do mean strong. So needless to say, him and I did not get along so well. But very cool guy regardless. I think that's one of Eunice's relatives, grandchildren, I believe. House in Michigan, tree house on the left. Eunice. Bill Garcia. Oh, and you know what? They called him Dinky. They called him Dinky. Uncle Dinky, then they all had nicknames. But Bill Garcia was Dinky. That's your uncle. So enjoy. Not sure whose house this is. I think it's for sure. Dad, Air Force. Yeah. Don't know if he was sober or not. Dad. Eunice and Grandpa. My workout room. That's a fighting man dummy I bought for working out. Brother Tony and Grandpa. Some museum. 94, probably my brother and Ellie the dog. That's Aunt Stell and Uncle John. Aunt Stella being Grandpa's youngest sister, pardon me. Grandpa's some birthday. What the hell? What's up with that paint? Ah, crap. But anyway, it looks like it's a party for Grandpa. Dad's grave again. That's Grandma, Grandpa, and myself. Dad's grave. I think Brother Tony took that photo. One of Grandpa's paintings. Grandpa and Eunice getting married. My youngest son, Bob. Pit stop at some park we went to. One of their dogs. One of their statues. Scuba diving over Crystal River. Very cool. I think that's me in there. One of the cruises Grandpa took. Brother Tony playing football. Brother Tony on the right. Grandpa and Eunice. Grandpa and Eunice again. Nellie the dog. Grandpa must have had a thing for that dog. Rotterdam. I have no idea where that is, what ship this is. My workout room. Brother Tony overseen somewhere. That's Brother Tony on the left. 1995. Nellie the dog. I think that's Tarpon Springs maybe, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Brother Tony football outfit. Dad, Brother Tony, and myself. That's Pop. Yep. Nellie the dog. Some lake. Queen Elizabeth? Oh, where did Grandpa take that? Wow, that's pretty cool. Liverpool. I think Brother Tony's graduation. Brother Tony! We were at my ex-wife's house, and if you see me there, I was probably drunk off my ass. More than likely, I was miserable. St. Jude's Church, where we used to go. Ironwood, Michigan. Grandma and Grandpa in Guadalajara, Mexico. There's me. This is just wrong. You ain't kidding. Ew. Nice ass back in those days. Tugboat, some cruise probably they took. My brother looks like he got knocked down by Nellie. Nellie used to love to knock people down. Brother's graduation, but I don't see my brother. Wait a minute. Oh, I think it's me. It's me. Yeah, that's me graduating. Grandma at Mexico, I believe, for their walker. Yeah, she didn't like those trips very much. Not sure exactly. 1993. Couldn't even tell you. My workout room. I don't know where that is. Crystal River, scuba diving. Lake Road, Michigan. I think Brother Tony there in Michigan. No idea. Dad, Air Force. Yepper. Grandpa with her grandchildren, I believe. Grandpa really loved her family, and they were pretty cool. You know, he made a good choice with her. Third choice wasn't, I don't think, was as good, but second choice was awesome. Nellie the dog in Michigan. There's me with a fedora, go figure, and my brother, and my mother. I don't know where that is. I think it's a museum or somewhere, or it's school. I'm not sure. There's Grandpa. That's when I was married to my second wife, and I am sure I was really, really drunk. Yeah. I don't remember too much, and I don't remember feeling anything from the neck up, so. That is... Who is that? That's one of Grandpa's relations, and I just don't know who it is. Darn. Looks like me in Grandpa's backyard. St. Jude's Church. Grandpa and Eunice at, I think it's Madeira Beach or Tarpon Springs, Florida. Nellie the dog. Oh, my first haircut. Wow. Haircut's looking at $2 for a cut. Can you believe that crap? And that's my mom. Nellie the dog getting ready to push Tony over the edge. That's funny shit. Dad on his motorcycle. Dad had a Honda 75 V4, I believe. I bought the similar bike. My first motorcycle was the exact same bike he had. And man, that was a good bike. I love that motorcycle. I'm sorry I sold it because it was cheap, air-cooled, and great motorcycle. I've had 4 motorcycles. After I caught sand on the last one I sold, I said enough's enough. I don't want any more motorcycles. Me getting ready to do some swan dive in Grandpa's backyard, back in Hialeah. My son Tony, back when he was 2 or 3. My graduation with my brother. Okay, this is left to right. That's me. That's my mom's boyfriend at the time. God. Wally. And my brother and my mother. I think it's Busch Gardens. I see the big Clydesdale back there. Brother Tony, he went. Bill Garcia took him hunting, and he bagged a few duck, I believe. Yeah, Brother Tony. He's not a big hunter, but he was pretty good at it. So that's me scuba diving over at the Crystal River. Nellie the dog. That is Bill Garcia, Redhead Dottie, his wife, Grandpa, of course, and that looks like Hulda. And I think that was getting close. I remember when she passed away, I think it was back in '74. So I think this was getting pretty close to that time. Nellie the dog, chasing mice under the snow, who knows. This is interesting, and I'll include, you'll see it, Pearl Harbor. Oh, Grandpa, what is this? Oh, Grandpa's movies. He had everything on 8mm. I think it's his movies. Grandpa with the neighbors. My brother in Arkansas. That is my mother. That's her friend Clarice, and that's Grandma with her pina colada. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure Grandma enjoyed a couple of those. I forget whose house that is. Brother playing football, but I don't see my brother anywhere. My mother, happy, I guess. This bugger, you know what? That could be Bill Garcia. With a pipe, that's funny. It could be Billy Boy, but I'm not sure. Michigan? Couldn't tell you. Nativity scene. Nellie the dog with a ribbon in her hair. Grandpa's house in Hialeah, backyard, very cool, I remember that. These are Eunice's grandchildren. Grandpa's house in Michigan, he kept it up pretty good though. This is no relation, it's my brother. That is Redhead Dottie, that's Mr. Visick, Aunt Dottie's father, and I think it's Bill Garcia right there, and that's probably Grandpa behind him. Tyrone Boulevard, where we went to high school. My mother and Wally. That is David Garcia, that is your cousin. A dickhead, we used to fight all the time. Maybe it was just me, I just fought with everybody. What the hell, right? Okay, that's Brother Tony with his wife and my in-laws, my ex-in-laws at the time. Brother Tony looks like he's rappelling. My brother used to like to rappel. Screw that crap. Rappelling off the mountains over there in Arkansas. And, hey! Keep the good times rolling. Looks like Uncle John, Aunt Stella's husband, with some dog I guess they got. One of Grandpa's paintings. I definitely have that painting. It's in my bedroom. Crazy good, man. He was such a good painter. It's crazy. That's our niece, Caitlin. My son, Robert, Bobby. Air show, McDill. Grandpa used to love those air shows a lot. Brother Tony with Nellie. Grandpa and Eunice's 2 dogs, Fifi and Corky the Yorkie. Couldn't stand those dogs. Oh, that is Grandpa's grave. Or Dad's grave. I see Richard James Garcia. Oh, man. Oh, boy. It must have been at, that must have been at the funeral. I didn't, Richard James. I don't know what this is exactly. Sponge diver at Tarpon Springs. Grandpa must have taken that shot. Grandpa took that shot. This is the second photo, I think. Bill Garcia, Grandma, and Jimmy Honori. Grandma at an art museum. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't think Grandma was a big art lover. Maybe. I tend to doubt it, but maybe. Michigan. Crazy, huh? Something right out of a postcard. That's my wife's mother. She's an awesome lady. Grandma. Wait, these look familiar. Grandma getting into a trunk. That looks familiar. Brother Tony, myself, and a dog out in Lake Road in Michigan. Caitlin, your niece. Brother Tony, your brother with your grandmother. Looks like Grandpa, Brother Tony, and myself. And I'm not sure where this is. Some zoo or something. One of Grandpa's many figurines he had. He'd like to... Okay, there's myself, and there's my youngest son and my oldest son. Tony on the left, oldest one. Bobby on the bottom right. There is... Not sure who that is, so I'm not going to say anything. We saw that one already. Grandma, my mother, and Clarice. Looks like Grandpa's old house on 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah, Florida. Look it up on Google Map. It's changed quite a bit, actually. Grandma and Grandpa. Looks familiar. We've seen that shot already. Maybe not. We'll look at it again. One of Grandpa's paintings, a Marlin. Nice painting, too. Brother Tony football. Nellie and Grandpa in Bill Garcia's lake. Nellie used to like to get in that water. It got so darn hot out there. She can get in there to cool down. The Bounty. Oh, look at me. Wow, what a brute, huh? Yeah, scary stuff. This is not applicable. There's Brother Tony at his graduation. There's Grandpa and Bill Garcia. Bill got that look in his eye like he's been tipping some tequila and beer. I don't know. He looks like he's ready to lash out. I shouldn't say that. He's a scary guy. There's me in Mexico with the ex-wife. Yeah, Joe Gigolo, huh? What do you know? Grandpa with his fence out in Michigan. That's my workout room before I even started putting stuff in there. That was kind of a disaster, but I tried anyway. I think that's Aunt Sylvia's house over in Wisconsin. Grandma's cousin. Air show at McDill. Grandpa, myself, and my brother. I mean, his house was over here down the street, 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah. Looks like he bought us a toy. Not applicable. It's Eunice. Okay, this is applicable. His grandma, Aunt Tony, Grandpa's older sister, and this little bugger, not sure who that is. Grandpa's painting, Normandy, and this is relevant. This is an old photo of somebody in Guatemala. Could be Grandpa, great grandpa. Not certain. Don't quote me. It's real possible it could be. I don't know. Always carried a sidearm, and that's scuba diving in Mexico. Ex-wife and myself. Airedale Terrier again. Air Force guy. Grandpa. Because Dad was in the Air Force, Grandpa really was partial to the Air Force. Whenever he could take a shot of a pilot or something, he would. Mexico, I believe. Bill Garcia's house. Brother Tony with Nellie, the dog. Brother Tony doing some ridiculous dive in the pool. One of Grandpa's paintings. Damn, I wish I could make out. I know he dated and signed everything. I just wish I could make out these dates. What is that? That's Immaculate I think it's a high school I went to. Ugh, I don't think about high school. I hated school. Grandpa getting married with Eunice. Not exactly sure. Probably Georgia. That's me and my brother. We saw that already. Saw that already. My son Tony with his brother Bob. They're cute kids. Whatever happened to him? Eunice. Sponge diver. Grandpa again. Where is he? Huh. Maybe he's over here somewhere. Maybe he got cut off. Those are his buddies, I guess. Our tree house in Michigan. Yeah, we used to sleep up there. That was pretty stupid when you find a spider climbing around on you. That's dumb. Grandma napping out again. Yeah, that's St. Pete Catholic. That's my high school. Ugh. Grandpa with the snowblower, Michigan, 70s. Grandma in Bill Garcia's lake. That looks really comfortable, to be honest. That's Redhead Dottie, and they're just there relaxing. Bill Garcia had a really nice house out there. McDiller Show, Mexico. Isla Morada, Keys. Oh, they went out to the Keys. Okay, did some fishing. Probably Uncle Louie. He had a house out there in the Keys, I believe. And a house in Miami Lakes. And Uncle Lou had money. He was just, he had a lot of stuff, which is good. Good for him. That's cool. Grandpa's painting. Another one of Grandpa. I think we're doing some repeats here. Brother Tony, myself, and the dog on Lake Road, Michigan. The Bounty, I believe, at downtown. Brother Tony there, graduating. Grandpa on one of his cruise ships. Grandpa with, I don't know. By the way, he made these. All these are leather saddles. He made these. I have a bunch of them. I'll be more than happy to give you one if you'd like. But man, he was good with any kind of artistic medium, paints, leather, wood, you name it. Grandpa's painting. Damn dog again. Grandma snoozing. That's right. It looks like me getting ready to break my neck, which I would fall and hurt myself quite a bit. Me trying to be a stud. What a loser I was. Another painting from Grandpa. And you know, it's funny, when he made his frames, he'd make these out of wood somehow. He had a tool that would make this out of wood. All his frames and the canvas around, some kind of canvas around the frame itself. And yeah, the guy was good. Not sure where this is. I'm not sure. That's me. That's my brother. That's Mom, and that's Dad right there. And I don't know what that is exactly. Kind of belt buckle. Looks like we're. And that's I think it's Irene. I think that's Grandma's cousin. And it looks like my brother there. Brother Tony and his friend. God, what was his name? You knew him in Michigan. He came down to visit my high school. Ugh. Grandpa walking on Lake Road with Nellie. Damn. I mean, it got cold. Michigan. My graduation. Grandma and Grandpa in Mexico. That's a really cool photo. I liked it. That's classy. Color came out good. That's circus, obviously. Can't make that out. Nellie the dog when she was a puppy. Grandpa bought this, but he painted it as a ceramic sculpture, and he did such a good job on it, and he embellished it with all kinds of different things. And I still wish I had some of these things. Here's Grandma at the pier. Here's Eunice. It looks like on a cruise. And a haunted house. I'm not even sure. My brother and myself. Busch Gardens is my brother. And Grandma snoozing. Not exactly sure. I'm not going to say anything. I think we saw this photo already. This is the big Indian over in Ironwood, Michigan. It's some 70-foot tall Indian. Hiawatha Indian, I believe it is. Boy, that was something else, wasn't I? Wish I looked that good. Oh, hair under my arms. It's messed up. Looks like old photo of Ironwood, and Grandpa first probably got the property in Ironwood, which was back in the 50s, I believe. Not sure. Grandpa's paintings. One of them. Damn, there's me. Ugh. This is my wife. This is my wife Sally when she was in Panama. This is the rest of her family. That's my lovely wife. He's a looker. That's Bill Garcia and Nellie. That's Aunt Stell over at the pier. Damn dog. What the hell? This is at Eunice's funeral. This is me. This is my ex-wife, first wife, Edna. And this is cousin... She was great Uncle Bill's youngest son. what is his name? He's a funny thing. He was a graphic artist too, and I can't remember his. Oh man, you probably know what it is. Grandpa's brother's youngest son. Damn, I can't remember. That's us fishing over at the Keys off these. There's a couple of bridges that go over to the different islands. You know, you're going over the Keys to get all the way down to whatever the last key is, and he had his fishing spot Grandpa really liked. There's me. Ironwood, Michigan. Brother Tony and myself on some guided river cruise. My brother looks, he's ready to puke. I don't know. That's Uncle Richie. That's Grandpa's a younger brother and Aunt Wanda. Awesome, awesome, awesome people. I miss them a great deal. That's my mother and my brother Tony. That is Brother Tony and Grandpa. My graduation. Grandpa with the snowblower. My mother and her second husband. Good guy. Very, very cool people. I had my family. Grandma cooling down by Bill Garcia's house with the dog. My mother probably drunk off her butt. Enjoying some Mexican music. This looks like Mexico. I'm not sure where it is. You know, I'll tell you what. I know Grandpa went back to Guatemala to look up where he grew up. This could very well be it. And the guy who runs the ranch now that great-grandfather owned was the son of one of the servants that worked for great-grandpa, if I recall right. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Not exactly sure. There's me. There's me, I believe, in Mexico, scuba diving. The dog. That's Bill Garcia's wife, Redhead Dottie. That's Redhead Dottie and her mother, Mrs. Vicek. Me and my graduation. There's Pop. Dad. Elementary school photo, I guess. Dad. House in backyard, Michigan. It's back in 1995. It looks like a whale. It is a whale. It's not a dolphin. It's a whale. Brother Tony and me over at Air Show, McDill. Brother Tony getting ready to destroy the water with a dive. That's Busch Gardens. Not sure. Not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure who that is. You know what's funny is I should look at the actual photos because they might have information on the back. That didn't dawn on me. Church in Mexico, I guess. Graduation picture of me. Submarine Grandpa took us to sea. There's Grandma over at Cape Canaveral. Another shot of scuba diving. And this is, oh, here's my brother. There's our brother. Grandpa always used to make us wear these plaid pants. I don't know what was up with that. And maybe that was the style back then. You know, some school play, I guess. Dumb Dog Nelly snoozing out. Baseball game, no idea. Brother Tony. Bill Garcia's backyard. Grandpa's house in St. Pete. The Florida room. Eunice on a cruise. And this is a really cool photo. This made the cover of the Miami Herald when I was born, believe it or not. I got the newspaper article. That's me. It's my mother. It's my grandmother. That's my great-grandmother. And that's my great-great-grandmother. Crazy, huh? Yep. Some ship. Bounty, maybe. Aunt Stella and myself. The pier. One of Eunice's sons, Lenny. Brother Tony holding up a snake at the snakes, the sanitarium. What's it called? The snake thing over in Miami. I forget what it's called. Eunice. Nativity scene. Tree. Brother Tony on Mount whatever by the house. Not sure. Somebody's house. I'm not sure whose house that is. It's crazy. I'll have to research that a little bit. Grandma looks like older grandma. Maybe in the late 70s, early 80s maybe. Graduation of me. Brother Tony and me over at Sunken Gardens. Brother Tony and me and grandma at my graduation. Scuba diving in Mexico. I'm not sure where that one is. Oh, it's me when I was little. I remember that ball. It's a weird part. I remember that plastic ball. Crazy. That was probably, a year or so. Lake Road, Michigan. That's where I was going to make my workout room. That's my son. That's my stepson. Grandpa's old Impala wagon back in the 70s. I have no idea. Grandpa's backyard, Michigan. Ugh, me. Grandpa, nativity scene again. I think that's my brother's dog, Puddles. Bounty. Not exactly sure, so I'm not going to say anything. Looks like Cozumel. Grandpa's cruise, probably. That's Eunice with my youngest son, Bobby. Looks like Lake Superior, my brother and me at Lake Superior, Michigan. That looks like my niece, our niece, I keep saying it, with Sherry, my brother's ex-wife, our brother's ex-wife. Grandpa, some cruise, looks like a cruise ship he's on. Brother Tony, getting ready to plug a duck with his double barrel 12 gauge, I guess. Grandpa on a cruise. One of Grandpa's paintings. Bill Garcia, he kept all the good ones. Darn it. Looks like Brother Tony, and looks like Uncle Richie there. That's funny. Feeding the stupid pelicans over at the pier. That's Dad's last wife's kids. That's Lynn, and I can't remember the older one's name. That was me on a cruise. That's Grandpa actually took me on a cruise at the last minute. That's me, and that's my Eunice's granddaughter. So I don't know what shouldn't that make her my cousin or something. I don't know. Eunice and Grandpa. Dumb Nelly, the dog. That is, here we go. That's Brother Tony. That's Rexy, Uncle Richie's son. Myself. That's Gerard. Mark Gerard. That is Rexy's son. That's Uncle Richie's grandson, and that's Amy, Uncle Richie's granddaughter. That's Grandma, Dad, and Brother Tony on Dad's Honda motorcycle. My graduation, Grandpa's wedding. No idea. Those are two guys that worked over at Grandpa's store. They came with us on a trip. Oh, that's Brother Tony in probably Arkansas. Brother Tony likes to travel. He gets around. Cruise. Crystal Rivers scuba diving, I think, when I went out. That's Michigan again. That's me in Cancun. Not sure exactly. Some ship. Rotterdam. I'll have to look it up. Grandpa's front yard in Tyrone Boulevard, St. Pete. Eunice on a cruise ship. No idea. Tobacco Bowl. No idea. Brother Tony and myself at Bill Garcia's backyard. I remember there's a story with that little kayak. I'll tell you someday. That's me and my son at the beach. St. Jude's Church in St. Pete. That's looks like my brother and my mother. Our brother and my mother. This is crazy. Another picture of Grandpa on the right after Normandy. Not sure exactly. Brother Tony and me at Michigan. The Grandpa's painting, Toreador. Grandpa looks like he took us. Oh, he's a guy. Oh man, it's Scott Kasparowitz. I don't believe it. That scumbag hanging around with us. Grandpa must have taken us out to see the ship. You like when the ships would come to the dock. Okay, this here looks like Grandma's relatives, but I don't know who exactly. Guana must be Mexico. Looks like Eunice is shopping there, but I don't know. Maybe one of the stores on a cruise ship. Grandma hating the sun. We saw this already. We saw this one already. It's Aunt Stella and myself. Huh. Wow. Damn, look at that. This is Grandpa had a fire pit out in the backyard. This is long before that little house he really added onto it. Put a fence back there, had a whole garden back there you wouldn't believe in Hialeah. But when he first bought it, it was like nothing out there. Nativity, my son and myself, Brother Tony, Grandpa with some people he must have met on the cruise, Brother Tony graduation, stupid iguana in Mexico. I don't know. Grandpa statues, Brother Tony, looks like Busch Gardens. Nativity, what is up with this nativity? Okay, there's Grandma, and I'm not sure. Could be her mother, but I couldn't tell you. Probably is. That's a house in Michigan. Keys, I don't know, to be honest. Grandpa's painting. Grandpa, Grandma, and Wally. The pier. scuba diving. Grandpa and my brother on looking at the Rodham, I guess. Peanut Express, must be Georgia. My son Tony, probably Michigan. Could be Arkansas, I'm not sure. That's when my mother got remarried. She got married to Vito, very good guy. That's my brother, my mother, and myself. I was 17 at the time. My son and myself. Grandpa and Eunice, cruise ship. Brother's graduation, Grandpa's house. Could be Aunt Sylvia's house. Nellie the dog. My ex-wife in Mexico. Oh, Dad. And one of his female friends, I guess. I guess this is Dad's birthday, I suppose. Yeah, Dad, he was a rascal. Uncle Louie and Uncle Richie. Miss them both a lot. Dogs. Okay, Bill Garcia and Redhead Dottie, Aunt Dottie, and then her mother and father. Carnival, Grandpa's cruise ship. Grandpa probably going to visit some ship. My brother snoozing with Puddles, his nasty dog. Ironwood, Michigan house. My youngest son Bob when he was 4-ish, 5-ish. Grandpa and Eunice. Looks like they're on a cruise. It looks like my brother with Nellie on Lake Road, Michigan. That's me. Probably got my teeth knocked out in a fight. That's my son and myself looking. I don't know where it was. Must have been maybe at the air show. Nick Dill has cruise ship. Grandpa's painting. Grandma. Not sure. This is Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie was Aunt Tony's husband. Very cool guy. Very cool guy. So Aunt Tony, of course, was Grandpa's older sister. There's Uncle Al, Aunt Tony, and then Grandpa in that order. Saw that one already. Treehouse. Son Bobby. Cruise ship. Eunice. Bill Garcia's house, man. I'll tell you what. He had a badass house. It was on a lake. House has to be worth about $500,000 now, but I mean, he did it. What good? The plants and everything outside. He built his own dock. He built his own beach, and very, very cool. That's another shot. I mean, he did everything himself, man. The guy was a badass. Did everything himself. Just my mom and some friends. Nobody's relevant. Dumb dog. Nativity. Grandpa and Eunice. Me and my son. My youngest son. This is, I'm not sure who this is. I think this is the cemetery where well, that's my brother. That's Grandpa. So this must be where his family's buried in Memorial Gardens in Miami Lakes. Brother Tony, one of the cruise ships, St. Jude's and St. Pete. I guess that's myself and my brother riding horses somewhere. Grandpa would take us, and I don't think I cared for it very much. I've never been a big horse lover, but taking the snow off the roof, I believe that's my brother. He had the blue sweater and all rough. Some cool photos of the family. Brother Tony looks like he got something over at the bridge over by the Keys. In fact, we would get fish and they would just literally break the line. I mean, these fish were like 150, 200 pounds, whatever they were, go flying by. Brother Tony trying to scale a mountain of snow, air show. Genuine Curaçao liqueur. Must be on a cruise ship. One of Grandpa's paintings, but that didn't come out so well. I don't think Grandpa did this. This is in his style. I don't know why he got that. Brother Tony with his daughter. Carnival. Grandpa and his crafts. Scuba diving in Crystal River. Grandpa and my youngest son, Bobby. Grandpa and Eunice on a cruise ship. These are Grandpa's medals that he got during the war. He got a lot of medals. And you know what? I gave them to Bill Garcia, and I'm really sorry I did that because I'll probably never see him again. These are his things. Purple Heart, Bronze Star, and all the rest. And who knows where they went. He passed away recently, and that side of my family, they're very, very peculiar. I never could figure them out. Myself and my son. Cruise ship, my workout room, Jimmy Carter presidential campaign headquarters. Okay, I think that's Bill Garcia in his backyard. He had some pretty cool gardens going back there as well, among other things. Nellie the dog, Not exactly sure. Grandpa's painting. The jaguar and the Black Panther and the leopard. I don't even know. Eunice's grandkids. No idea. Cruise ship. Michigan. My brother's graduation. Eunice on a cruise ship. My brother in football. That's my oldest son, Tony. That's me when I was about about that age. That's Grandpa's house. Eunice and her son. That is Lake Road. That is my old car, my old apartment. How old was I? 23, 24. A crappy time of my life with my ex-wife. Oof, need to think about that. Cruise ship. Grandpa, Grandma, and who was that guy? Who was that? I'm not sure who that is, to be honest. I think it's part of that photo. Probably the keys or something or other. It looks like that's Dad's last wife's daughter and somebody else, but I don't know who's buried there. I can't make it out. Grandpa and Grandma, Eunice, and a friend, I guess. That's Brother Tony and his ex-wife. That is Marlon, Uncle Bill caught. That's me. Oh, catatonic, staring into space. Happy birthday, Bobby. Looks like my son's birthday, my youngest son's birthday. Caitlin, Brother Tony's niece. The workout room with the curtain closed. Food fair. My brother got into Taekwondo. That was scary. Can't make that out. My workout room. Brother's nasty dog. Grandpa's painting. Grandpa and Eunice, I believe, cutting a wedding cake. My son again. Cruise. That's me scuba diving. That's the sand sculptures they do at the beach. They got them here like once a year, and they're pretty massive actually. My son kicking a bag in my workout room. My youngest son and his birthday. That's Bobby and his cousin. That is Grandpa and Gus. Gus is Grandpa's cousin. Looks pretty old. Looks like 40s. I don't know if he's in the war yet. Knights of Santiago. I'm not sure where that is. This is big time. This is the family. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. Okay, here we go. Uncle John, Aunt Stella's husband. Uncle Richie, Grandpa's brother. I think that's Aunt Flo. I think that's Uncle Eddie, Aunt Tony's husband. Let's go around here. That's a cousin Tommy. That's cousin. Oh God, what's his name? Aunt Stella had two kids. Oh man, I don't believe this. Oh, Danny. That's Danny Garcia. That's Aunt Stella's son. I think that's Jimmy. David Garcia. Who else do I know here? Damn, this is too small. Can't make this out. I think that's about as good as it gets. Who is that? Man, I don't know. That's Aunt Stella and Wanda over there. That's Uncle Richie's Aunt Wanda. That's cousin. That's Aunt Tony's. I'm sorry, Great Uncle Bill's daughter. The one who reminds me of you. Who likes to travel a lot. It takes me back. Me in graduation. Me in football. Brother Tony doing whatever the hell he's doing with the seagulls. One of Grandpa's paintings. Not sure. Can't be Grandpa's backyard. I'm not sure where that is. Grandpa with a money tree? That's pretty cool. Wish I had one of those. Stupid apartment. It's my two sons at their Halloween party, and they're in Orlando now. Grandma kind of taking a siesta with, I think that's Aunt Dottie's mother, Miss Feisick. Air show. Workout bag in my workout room. I'm sure it's a relative. I just don't know who. Cousin Ciro, grandma's side of the family. My mom and Vic. My two sons, Tony and Bob. Mom and Vic again. Grandma and Eunice. Brother Tony at the air show, McDill. Brother Tony, I don't know, just standing there with the dog. Up north, Michigan. These are Eunice's grandkids. That's my son again. Jimmy Carter is from Georgia. That's me in the air show with my son Tony when he was little. Brother Tony, I think we saw that one already. It's Eunice again. Brother Tony walking up in his snowmobile suit in Michigan. I have no idea. Brother Tony football. Grandpa on his snow. He had his snowshoes on. You had to wear snowshoes out there. The snow got really deep. You could go down 4 feet if you're not walking on that snow. One of the ships that used to dock over at the pier. I think. I don't know. I can't make that out. My son Tony. My son Tony. I don't know what's up with that. One of Grandpa's paintings. Man, was he good? Where is that painting? Bill Garcia got all the good ones. I think this is Grandma's mother, Hulda, I believe. It's a hard to see photo. That's my son Bob. The pet iguana my ex-wife had. Eunice and Grandma. Money Tree again. I saw that one already. Probably saw that one already. Saw that one already. I believe that's Mexico. I believe that's Mexico. I believe that's the house in Michigan, the cottage we had next to the big house, my workout room. Grandma Hulda, Grandma's mother, our great-grandmother Hulda, Hulda, house in Michigan. My son Tony, oldest one. Me in football. I really hated football. I don't know why Grandpa made me take that damn sport. Grandpa with some friends, I guess, on a cruise. There's me. That's me. Scuba diving in Crystal River. That's my youngest son, Bob. That's my youngest son, Bob, again. That's Grandma, Redhead Dottie, and Uncle Bill. Is that a cake? I don't know. Grandpa, my brother, and myself staying at some motel. Grandpa loved to travel. No idea who these people are. Grandma walking back from Grandpa's pier, I guess. She'd like to go out and have a smoke. We're in Miami Lakes. My brother and his ex-wife Sherry in Arkansas. Uncle John and Estelle. I think we saw that one. The old house. My mom had her old Toyota Corolla. Like the old house in Michigan. I believe this is cousin Nancy, and this is her husband. I remember him. He's a cool guy, and they got a catering business out in Chicago. Last I heard, maybe not anymore. Nancy is great Uncle Bill's grandpa's brother's daughter. I think one of the older ones. Arkansas. My 2 sons. Grandpa and a neighbor, I believe. My 2 sons again. Me when I was little. That's me holding my son. Little Tony. Not so little anymore. Grandpa's painting. One of the cruise ships, I'm sure. Corky the Yorkie. There's Bill Garcia. High school, maybe? Before he listed in the service? I'm not sure exactly. There's Billy Boy. Locomotive. Brother Tony and myself. Michigan. My son, Bobby, my youngest son. I think I took that photo of me. I like that, huh? Oh, am I dumb? That's my brother Tony, and I can't read what that makes out. Breeds something. Battle of something. I'm not even sure. Not sure where this is exactly. Brother Tony and myself over at a museum in Miami. That's my 2 sons on the right. My ex-stepson on the left. House in Michigan. Nellie the dog. Grandma and Eunice. Looks like Tampa Park, Tarpon Springs. My son and me. Grandpa. That was his last condo. He bought a condo. He sold his house on Tyrone and he bought a small condo. Well, not too far from Tyrone. That was the last place he was before he there's a long story behind it. I'll tell you what happened. Call me sometime. I'll let you know how that worked out. My graduation, my son in the middle, my stepson on the right, my 2 sons. Nellie taking a dump. There's me. I'm not sure who that is, to be honest. Nellie got fat. Wow, look at that dog. We fed her too good. It's my mother over at the pier in St. Pete. This could be Bill Garcia. It just could be. I'm not sure. My 2 sons and my ex-stepson. This is Grandpa, Eunice, and I'm not sure who these people are. Friends. There's me. I must have been 20 at that time. There's house in Michigan. There's my son running. There's Grandpa. One of his paintings. That's his little. He had his easel, art easel, and he loved to paint. Looks like Arkansas. Eunice, my brother's graduation. Grandpa took that photo. I have no idea what it is. And my 2 sons and Bobby, cute little bugger. My son Bob. Our brother Tony. He bought a Camaro back in high school. Yeah, I had a Firebird, so he's got to have a Camaro, right? And I can't remember this guy's name. A friend in high school. That's embarrassing. That's me holding up my son Tony. That's Eunice and her daughter. I believe that's me when I was little. At Duchess. There's graduation. I think I was flipping off the photographer. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, dated her. Florida room. Grandma, you saw that already. Lake Road. Grandpa on a cruise. Probably on the cruise ship. That's my oldest son with the first computer I ever bought, Macintosh computer, of course. Still got Macs to this day. York, Corky the Yorkie. Grandpa with my son and Eunice. Ew. This is Irene. I guess technically Aunt Irene. This is Grandma's cousin. And for some bizarre reason, after Eunice died, Grandpa was so happy with Eunice, he felt that a wise thing to do was to marry Irene, who was similar to Grandma, and that was probably one of the top 5 biggest mistakes of his life. Irene was not like Grandma. They had a lot of similarities being raised alike, but they were not the same. And yeah, I think Grandpa really botched up on that one. I wish her the best if she's still around, but that was a horrible mistake on Grandpa's part. That's my brother and my mom in Grandpa's pool. Wait a minute. Maybe that's me. That's me, First Communion, I believe. That's me holding my son. That's Grandma on the bottom there with Eunice and Irene. Eunice and Eunice's daughter. Can't remember her name. Grandpa's grave again. Or, sorry, Dad's grave again. I'm sorry. Looks like somebody's birthday, maybe Grandpa's birthday. 1620. I'm not big on my history. Help me out here. My workout room, the combat room, self-serve martial arts training facility. God, these people would wreck my equipment. Looks like Tarpon Springs. Grandpa's painting. Bill. Who is this guy? Bill? That could be Great Uncle Bill. Maybe it's another Bill. My graduation, holding my son. Okay, here we go. Aunt Wanda. I think this is Rexy's wife, Patty. Sweet gal. Not exactly sure who this is. Uncle Richie and cousin Tommy. Uncle Bill, Sylvia, Aunt Sylvia, Grandma's cousin, and I'm not sure who this is. Billy Boy's probably drunk. That is... not sure exactly. Okay. Grandma's relatives, I think this is Irene and her kids, but don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure. It's my mother. Hey Mom, a little stone there. Grandpa's wedding, bears at the dump. My son and my ex-stepson, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Arkansas maybe? Alright, this looks like Grandpa, 114th U.S. General Hospital. Here's Grandpa right here. With his war buddies after he got shot in World War II. That's Brother Tony, Arkansas, doing some mountain climbing. Brother Tony and his ex-wife Sherry. That looks like Grandpa. It is Grandpa. Some photo shoot he took, I'm not sure. That's me, with a hickey on my neck. Who the hell gave me that? Probably D, maybe Julie, I don't even know. I don't know what that, 1993? Couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure. Looks like Michigan. Brother Tony, looks like he shot a... is that a live dead duck? I don't know. That could be John's Pass. That's my oldest son with my old Ford Escort. Wow, I missed that car. That's me. I got some freckles, didn't I? That's me. That's a cool shot. I like that shot. That's Grandma, Grandpa, and Grandpa's den. And his den looks like my office. It's just a mess. But I can find anything I need. Just like that. That's a cool photo. Wow. House in Michigan. Looks like, I think it's Mexico. Me with my son, Tony. Sandcastles, not sure. Dumb dog. Not sure. Saw that one. Dad's grave again. Yeah. My brother and myself. Our brother and myself. Jesus. I'll never get used to that. Grandpa's house in Hialeah. That's me. Jimmy Carter. My graduation. We saw this already. One of Grandpa's baseball buddies, I guess he had. I'm not exactly sure. That could be Billy Boy. Could be Bill Garcia. I'm not really sure. I think that's Grandma Hulda. But I have to look at the back of the photo. That is somebody scuba diving. I'm not sure. That's me at air show. Me tormenting some birds. Who knows? I don't know. On the ship. That's me. My graduation. Oh, wasn't it cute? Grandpa coming back from the war, I believe. Bill Garcia at Air Force Base. Yeah, what a mean-looking sucker. Me flipping off the photographer. It's probably my ex-wife. I probably just did it for fun. That's Mom doing one of those old-time shots you could take. Remember those dumb things? That's me skipping. I don't know why. It's in 200 East 60th Street in Hialeah, Grandpa's old house in Hialeah. My son Tony. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think that's Grandma. These other people, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I guess they're playing cards? I don't know. House in Michigan. Backyard. Dog. That's our niece, and that's our brother's ex-wife, Sherry. Grandpa's another one of Grandpa's paintings. I'm swimming with my son Tony. Bill Garcia, Bill Miller, and Grandma. Eunice. Guadalajara. I'm not sure. I think it's Mexico. Who is this? I know this is one of Grandma's relatives. When I see that blonde hair, it's one of Grandma's relatives. I just don't know who. Grandpa's backyard. Grandpa's painting looks like 1977. Could be. Damn, that's good. Not relevant. Not sure. Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma was a looker, huh? Grandpa the snowblower. I think we saw that one. I don't know what that is. Some kind of scooter? What is that thing? Don't even know. Looks like me riding on some horse. I probably hated it. I never cared for horses. My son and me. Plains, Georgia, city limits. That's Jeff. Jeff was somebody who worked at Grandpa's hardware store in Hialeah. And he always came with us on the trips. He's a good guy. Grandpa would take him on the trips. That's my son. Grandpa kind of painted his face, and that's just cruel. Grandpa's house in Michigan. My workout room before I started bringing crap in. My brother, the football star. Grandma over at Bill Garcia's house in Miami Lakes. Saw that painting, but I don't think Grandpa did that. That's me with my hairy armpits. Yeah, Grandpa's getting ready to plant one on Eunice. Another photo. That's me. Oh, that's me on my birthday. I remember that. That's I just got back from work with my brother. We were a couple of busboys over at a cafeteria down the street. So that's Grandma, Eunice, my brother on the right, myself in the middle. House in Michigan. Looks like across the street our neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Farner. Graduation. Aunt. Somebody. Who is this? Oh, Gramps, why don't you give me more information? I'm not sure exactly. Uncle Richie and my cousin Annette? No. His granddaughter. Grandpa Normandy again. Same photo. Nellie the dog. Okay, what do we got here? Anything interesting? Anybody I know? I think... I don't know any of those people. Me? Ew, pretty. Grandpa and Eunice's son. I can't remember his name, but he's a really good guy, actually. One of Grandpa's paintings. Me. Ugh. Freckles. Grandpa's house in Michigan. This could be where Dad is buried. I'm not sure. Grandma and... Who is this? I have no idea. Grandpa's statues he used to have. God, I wish I had some of those. And Brother Tony. That could be Grandma. Probably in a park somewhere when you're kids. That's me when I was little. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Aunt Stell. I don't think she went ever photo taken. Brother Tony and those... God, Grandpa used to make us take those stupid rides. Just so we could get a photo of us, and we just, like, hated it. This is old school. This is, man, this could be the Queen Mary. Grandpa had black hair and got to be in the 40s or maybe 50s. Food fair. Oh, God. I remember that guy, Larry. This is Catholic school. I went to remember that nun. She used to beat the crap out of me. Sister Annette. God, those nuns. That's me, little. Me, I was probably mid-20s. Okay, let's keep going here. We got, looks like a hardware store, Ed's Hardware Shop. We got Uncle Elliot, who was married to Aunt Carmen. Dad, Grandma, Bill Gardner, Dad's best friend. They were chums in high school and afterwards, and Grandpa at Ed's Hardware. Some church, St. Jude's probably, but not sure. Oh, there's me. What a brute, huh? That's scary. The bounty? No, wait a minute. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. Tony, our brother, holding up Nellie. Brother Tony, all in the hunting outfit. Looks very sexy. I like that. Guess we're going to go duck hunting early in the morning. Nativity scene. I don't know what's up with that utility scene. Okay. Here's Brother Tony. Gina Grillo. I made out with her. That's fun shit. And some chums. I guess Tony's going through his graduation. Bill Garcia, and that might be Bill Visick. And the dog Savage. That poor dog. He's really got old. Bill Garcia. I guess it's Easter. Grandpa, Mr. Visick, Mrs. Visick. That's Aunt Dottie's mother, and I think that's my brother there. Fifi the Poodle. MacDill Air Force Show. Is that a UFO? Brother Tony taking one of his cannonball dives into Grandpa's pool. My son at the, looks like he's down by the pier, probably a year old. I don't know whose house that is. That's nobody I know. 1993. Well, it must be my brother maybe when he was in Arkansas. I'm not sure. Somebody's, probably Brother Tony's graduation. One of Grandpa's paintings, a ram, steer, like ram, I guess. Again, a great painting, and he did all of his own frames, which I stated. He's Grandma with Bill Miller at Bill Garcia's house. Here we have Aunt Step. Wait a minute. I think it's Aunt Tony and Grandma. And I'm not sure who that booger is. Not sure. One of my many cousins. One of our many cousins. Dinner at my ex-wife's. There's my brother. There's Grandpa. And there's my hands. Probably drunk. Grandpa's backyard, Hialeah, 200 East 60th Street, St. Francis, and all that. Not sure. Panama, Mexico, Costa Rica, not sure. Oh, God. What's wrong with this picture? It's me. Brother Tony, King of the Mountain. Grandpa looks like at Tarpon Springs. One of Grandpa's paintings. I might have that one. Or maybe Bill Garcia has it, or my mother has it, I'm not sure. Brother Tony and myself at, that's gotta be Busch Gardens. Nellie the dog. Nellie the dog. Nellie the dog. What the hell? My son Tony. One of our cousins, I believe, from Grandma's side. Just not quite sure. Good looking booger. Grandpa's house, Tyrone Boulevard. Looks like Grandpa and Mr. Visick and Grandma here. Grandma probably had her hair in curlers. It's fine. At Bill Garcia's house. Grandpa in Mexico. It's me, my mom, and Grandma. My graduation. Looks like Bill Garcia on his airboat. I think he went to Lake Okeechobee. He had, like I said, him and his buddies had a cabin out there. They all invested in it, and they invested in the airboat. And it's kind of a funny story. I guess one of them got drunk and turned the airboat into a submarine. I'm not sure how that happened, but I guess they were all laughing. I wouldn't be laughing if a $25,000 airboat turned into a submarine, but nah. Guess she had to have been there. I don't think that's me. I think it's my friend Tommy. We went scuba diving. Brother Tony with his daughter Caitlin. Our cousin, Caitlin. No, my niece. Our niece. Somebody's nieces. International Food Festival. Grandpa used to like to go to those. Grandpa on a cruise ship. Mexico, probably. Brother Tony with his daughter Caitlin. Me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I keep doing these stupid photos. Nellie the dog. Nellie the dog. That's my son Tony in my ex-wife's house back probably in 94 maybe, 1994. Ironwood, Michigan house. It's actually kind of cool. Grandpa did a good job on that house. That's me with some dog. I really wasn't big with animals back in those days. MacDill Air Force show. Brother Tony with his daughter Caitlin, probably in downtown Arkansas, more than likely. Aunt Dottie with, I don't know who this person is. Aunt Dottie snowshoeing. Grandpa with his old 8mm camera. I think I threw that thing out. That thing got so old. Wish I would have kept it. And there's me with little Tony, my son. Just, your nephew. That's funny. Oops, what else we got? That's me. Oh, wow. Pretty, huh? What do you think of that? It's me when I was with Grandpa after my first divorce. I worked out, got into shape. My son Tony, handsome looking guy. It looks like downtown Arkansas. Probably. Grandma at the pier, downtown St. Pete. Ironwood, Michigan. Grandma and Grandpa again at the Veterans Park. Grandma swimming in the pool. God. Yeah, that's before the fences went up and everything. It's crazy. It's got to be in the 50s maybe. Not sure. I think that's Uncle John going somewhere, but I'm not sure. That's Grandpa over at Bill Garcia's house. Uncle Bill. Fifi the Poodle. Ed the Graduate. That is Grandpa. And I think that's Aunt Sylvia, Grandma's cousin. Eunice, and this is Aunt Anna, Grandma's cousin again, who's really awesome. She was what a sweet lady. My God. I think that's Bill Garcia. I got a feeling that's Billy Boy. Brother Tony, we saw that one already. Grandpa caught something, Bill Garcia's house. I'm not sure what it is. Michigan maybe, Arkansas. I don't even know. Oh. Okay, we're going to keep going here. We have a church. I'm not sure exactly where this is. Bill Garcia's house, Miami Lakes. Grandma there, kind of resting. My brother and his ex-wife at their wedding. Kind of sad, but they're divorced now. But my brother remarried, and he's very happy now. So, looks like a Panama gal at the food show. Grandpa used to go to. That is. That's another one of Grandpa's cousins. I'm just not sure who it is. This looks like Grandma's relatives. And there again, I'm not sure who these people are. I've seen this person here before. Could be Grandma's father. And I don't see Hulda here. That's me. Back in 95, I think. That's me on a ship. That is Grandpa probably painting or doing some kind of craft. That's one of my favorite paintings. I have that painting. Did it in '44. I think somebody helped him. That really wasn't his style. I think maybe Uncle Al might have helped him. It's funny because Uncle Al, my God, all the Garcias. I take that back. Not all of them had some kind of artist ability. Something, somewhere. Painters, sculptors, flowers, all kinds of things. And, Sally? Could you close my door, please? Grandpa's house in Michigan. These people, I have no idea. Wait a minute. This could be, Peggy Garcia. Nancy. Oh, this is great Uncle Bill's, who's this? Mr. I don't know who that is. Mom? This could be Jezebel, Susie. These could be great Uncle Bill's. In fact, I see Nancy and Peggy. The great Uncle Bill's kids. My mother fishing, I guess, over at Creek Marina. I don't know. Looks like John's Pass, but I don't know. Grandpa painting. One of his paintings. Great painter. I can't believe that's Dad's grave, though. I don't know who's... Yeah, yes it is. That's me when I was little. That's something. I don't know what that is. One of Grandpa's paintings. Overexposed there. Flash. Alabama Space and Rocket Center. World's largest space exhibit. Wow. I guess he took us there. I don't remember. He took us all kinds of places. One of Grandpa's paintings. Looks like Grandpa's Dad's grave, I guess. Grandpa and me. What happened was after I broke up with my first wife, I was kind of bummed out, and I just felt really alone. And Grandpa just kind of said, "You know, why don't you move in with me for a while?" You know, and that really, you know, I almost cried because I didn't know what to do. So I'm really glad he was there for me, and I got back on my feet really quick. Grandpa at some kind of pavilion, or I don't know what's going on with that. Some wedding, I don't know. Okay, what do we got? We got Grandpa over here. He's a shortstop, or yeah, right. And some of his buddies from his baseball team, I guess. Did I say that right? Shortstop? I don't keep up with baseball, so hope we got it right. Grandpa's house in Michigan, kind of cool with the seasons. Grandpa's house in St. Pete, Florida, Bounty, I believe. Dad's cousin, Peggy, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's the one that likes to travel a lot. Okay, what do we got here? We have Susie and Trevor. I guess that could be one of Great Uncle Bill's kids. Jimmy, Aunt Stell, and Kelly. Oh, my cousin Kelly. Look at that. Yeah, it's Kelly. Okay, that's cool. I don't know whose grave this is. I don't think it's Dad's. I don't know what's going on with that. Grandpa and Eunice getting on board or going on a ship or getting off ship. This is Grandpa and me. I love this photo. This is Grandpa and me over at John's Pass. I miss that old bugger. Somebody with a snowblower. I'm not sure who that was. Skinny legs. Maybe it's Aunt Dottie. I'm not sure. It's me again. Graduation. Yippee. Graduation. Food show at the pier. Somebody's sleeping. Maybe it's Aunt Stell and Grandma. Maybe they like to take their naps. My son Tony on an iMac, Mac Plus. Storyville Tavern. No idea. Grandma and Grandpa again. Grandma and Grandpa again. Grandpa's painting. There's a lot of repeats. Submarine over at the downtown St. Pete. Downtown Miami, I believe. No idea. Here's me. Air show. Looking at some airplane, I guess. Here's me when I was little. I think we saw that already. Okay, we got more cousins from the Garcia side. This is Aunt Stell. I believe that's Peg. Rosie, Molly, Aaron, Anna, and Annie. No clue, but there are cousins. So, yeah, our cousins are all over the place, man. It's scary. It's me again. That is my mother and me, and I think that's my cousin David. Our cousin David, jeez. And our brother Tony. This is freaking me out. Friend, Art Sikorsky, killed in action. Rest in peace, sir. Darn it. War. Hate wars. I really do. Michigan somewhere. I'm not sure whose backyard this is. Air show. Our brother and his daughter, Caitlin. That is his ex-wife. That's me when I was a little baby. Oh. Me again. The same photo. Grandpa and Eunice. I'm not sure where they were. I think we saw that one. Mr. and Mrs. Vicek. Redhead Dottie's son. We saw that one already. Bill Garcia. Look like Bill resting out there. Brother Tony. Looks like he's ready to puke. And I'm not sure who that cowboy is on the top there riding the boat. But Bill's probably just drunk off his ass. Good for him. I think that's Bill Garcia when he was little. I believe that's Bill Garcia when he was little. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Good old Grandpa. Miss you a lot, old man. Me and my car, I think we saw that already. My tree house. Michigan again. Grandpa made this. It's kind of, and I have it here. Where is it? Oh, it's in my office. I'm looking at it now. He liked to take wood and just make things, you know, and I'm kind of the same way. And boy, I wish he was still around. I learned so much with sculpting and mold making. He'd get the biggest kick. There's me when I was little. There's me and Grandpa. There is Eunice, my brother, some cabbie and Grandpa somewhere. Grandpa's house in St. Pete. Front room. Grandpa's birthday, I guess. Not exactly sure. House in Michigan. I think that's Bill Garcia in Illinois, I believe. That's me when I was little. Duchess, and that's me and my ex-wife. Sometimes I miss her, sometimes I just want to just... she was cute though, wasn't she? Yeah. Food show. My brother with the dog. Our brother with the dog. House in Ironwood. That's me. Probably getting into something I'm not supposed to be getting into. Not sure. My workout room. Grandpa made bookends. Those were really... God, I wish I had those. Who the hell got those? Yeah. That's me and my brother in the Bill Garcia's pier in Miami Lakes. It's Grandpa and Eunice having some kind of... Not sure what that is. Some dinner. I'm not sure where this is. My son... Both my sons. Looks like the little one, he is so accident prone, the little one. He's constantly hurting himself all the time. Burned his hand, broke his hand, and ultimately he was in an accident with power tools a couple of years ago. He lost 2 fingers. That poor kid, he has the worst luck. Grandma. There's Grandma and Eunice. Grandpa's house in Ironwood. There's my mother and Redhead Dottie, Bill Garcia's wife. There are... I'm thinking that woman on the right might be Grandma, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm not gonna say who it is. Grandpa's painting, Michigan. Grandpa, I guess he got that statue of a rhino, then he embellished it with little plastic plants and some other things, and plaster of Paris. He's really good with that. Tarpon Springs, Grandma and Eunice. My 2 sons, Bobby and Tony. That's our brother with his daughter. Some hit somewhere. Photo of Dad. You've already got that one already. That's me at a costume show. A costume contest for Halloween at work when I used to be a graphic designer for Valpak. Yeah, the women really like that. Nellie the dog. Nellie the dog. Your brother Eddie drunk off his ass. Probably miserable. Like, why am I stuck with these people? Grandpa and... Who is this guy? That couldn't be Uncle John, could it? It's possible. I just don't know. White shoes? Psst, couldn't tell you. Nellie the dog, Grandpa's house in Ironwood, Michigan. Brother bagging a duck. I'm not a big hunter. I don't think he is either. I don't know why he even did that. Grandpa's painting. Something. Who is that? Is that my brother? Our brother? I believe so. I think it's in Michigan. That's Goose Bay. It's either me or Brother Tony. I'm not sure. Goose Bay. One of Grandpa's paintings. That's my ex-wife's husband. Why have I got that? That's Grandpa's painting. That is House in Ironwood. That's me at my ex-wife's house. Drunk and miserable. Grandpa's arts and crafts. Grandpa's arts and crafts. Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah, she's a cute little thing. Yeah. Brother's ex-wife and daughter. Another of Grandpa's paintings. Brother graduation. Nellie the dog. Grandpa's paintings. E. Garcia, 1983. How was he good? Brother Tony. Me with my son Tony. Our cousin Tommy. Richie Garcia's son, and I'm not sure who the other guy is. Ye Old Town Crier. 1995. Got to be something over in Arkansas. Oh, maybe with the Peanut Museum, Plains, Georgia. I guess Brother Tony went over there. I guess. I don't know. He likes to travel. My son Tony. Grandpa's Arts and Crafts. Eunice and Grandma. Yeah, me giving the universal hello sign to the photographer, 1994, with my brother Tony. It's classy, huh? Aunt Dottie and somebody else. Grandpa's backyard, Michigan. Brother Tony, some ship. I'm not sure where. Ironwood, Michigan. Bears at the dump. Oh, that's me and some gal I was dating, D. I miss her too. I miss parts of her. That's me with somebody. I think it was my birthday. I'm smiling. That when I smile like that really hard, that means I'm forcing a smile. So I probably was miserable. Eunice and I don't know, the cruise ship, I guess. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Nativity scene. Nellie the dog. We've seen that. That's when we came back from the cruise. It's Grandpa, Eunice, myself, and Eunice's granddaughter. That was pretty cool, actually. Last minute thing. House in Michigan. Brother Tony on the cruise ship. Okay, big party. We got Uncle Eddie, Aunt Tony's husband, Grandpa, and Uncle Richie. Uncle Richie, he's the clown of the family. He's great. I miss him. Me, Brother Tony, swimming in Grandpa's pool. Dad and me. Look at that. Yeah, he's probably got worried written all over his face. I don't think he handled fatherhood very well. So I don't know. Me again. No idea. Grandma, Dad, and my brother on Dad's Honda. Me holding my oldest son. That, I believe, is Grandma's father's funeral. I believe. Me and Nellie the dog in Ironwood, Michigan. I believe that's me trying to get out of my crib cage. That's Grandma with, looks like some neighbors all sitting around doing what geriatrics do, I guess. Not sure where this is. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Grandpa's house in Michigan. Me holding my idiot older son when he was a baby. Grandpa's Florida room. That is Dad and his last wife. That's Susan, Sue, who was pretty cool. You know, I have nothing bad. She's awesome. You know, my mother doesn't care for her very much, but the truth is, I mean, yeah, she's alright. She never did me wrong, but that's old house in Michigan. That's me holding my son. Grandpa's house in Michigan, probably in the 70s. Probably where Dad is buried. I don't. My brother, our brother Tony knows exactly where the cemetery is, and you know we'll hook up with him, get some more information if you're interested. I'm not sure. I think it's one of my cousins. I believe. I'm not even sure, to be honest. That's me trying to be cool with a fedora. What a loser, huh? Dad's grave, I believe. That was Dad's stepdaughter and my brother and myself. Our brother and myself. That's my mother with Redhead Dottie, with one of the Kodiak bear they shot in Alaska. My son Tony. My brother Tony. Our brother Tony. That's Bill Garcia, I believe. It might be Dad. I'm not sure. That's I believe that's Grandpa and Grandma holding Dad. Uncle Bill. Brother Tony. My son Tony. A lot of Tonys, huh? Looks like Grandma somewhere. It looks like could be Lake Road, Michigan, before they put a road there. Everything was dirt road back in those days. That's definitely Grandma. That's Bill Garcia. It looks like it is confirmation. Yeah, feel kind of sad for everything. One of Grandpa's paintings. That's my mother and her friend, Sunken Gardens. That's me when I was little sailor suit. Grandpa checking out the wiki-watchy. Good for you, Gramps. Get it. Grandpa's Route 1, Box 142. That was our address in Michigan. Yeah. When was this thing put out? Oh, he was born June 16, 1915. No date when this dumb thing was issued. Alright, that's Bill Garcia. Graduation, I guess. Back in those days, they would take black and white photos and embellish them with color, make them look like they were color, but they really weren't. I don't know how they did that process. Aunt Sylvia's house, I believe. Grandpa's backyard before he put in the fence in Hialeah. No idea. No idea. There's Pop. Old Dad. There's me. Old me. And looks like Grandpa with his... Man, I wonder where that went. Grandpa did that, and I think Bill Garcia has it. Yeah. Probably relatives of Aunt Stella's. I just don't know who these people are. You got them all over the place. That's a cool picture right there. It's Billy Boy, Grandpa, Grandma, and Dad. That's my cousin Mark, Aunt Wanda, Uncle Richie, and my brother. And that's me riding horses. Again, I really didn't like horses very much. Brother Tony, Eunice and Grandpa. I'm not sure where they're eating over there. Not sure where this is exactly. Dad, Mom, and me. Yeah, Dad looks really worried there. I don't, being a dad, I don't think was his bag of beans. Probably would have made a better buddy than a dad, but I guess we'll never know. To be honest, it's my brother Tony. There is one of Grandpa's crafts. There's Eunice. There's me, looking real serious. Somebody thinks my brother's something. Picture of our brother Tony. Grandpa again. I guess I have some duplicates. Grandpa's crafts. I know this is Aunt Flo. I'm not sure who this is, and I'm not really sure who these kids are, but that's definitely Uncle Lou's wife. Grandma, Eunice's daughter, and Redhead Dottie. Bill Garcia had Malamutes. He had like a bunch of them. He liked Alaska. He liked the North big time. And funny thing is, he confided in me, boy, he said if he wasn't married, he'd be in Alaska. I think he was drunk. I don't think he wanted Aunt Dottie to know that, but he really wanted to be up north in the Yukon big time. So, brother Tony, house in Michigan, Grandpa's crafts. That's my son Tony. That's where the family's buried. That's in my Memorial Gardens in Miami Lakes. Great grandma, great grandpa's there. His whole family's pretty much buried there for the most part. It's probably the Bounty. Aunt Stell over at the pier, St. Pete. Grandpa's crafts, Miami house. There's another picture. Dad, Air Force. Very cool, very cool. Not sure who that is. To be honest, I don't know. I know it's not me or I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Grandpa's art. That's me and Grandpa and me. Back in probably 93, 94. That's before I was hooked up with my second wife. Brother Tony, we saw that one. That's me. Grandpa's crafts. That's my mother. The debutante. Me when I was little. Brother Tony, we saw that. Grandpa's crafts. His bookends he liked to make. There's me again, we saw that. Me, we probably saw that. Grandpa's fish. Thanks, Grandma Hulda, great Grandma Hulda, I believe. Dad and Billy Boy, Bill Garcia. Look at that. Wow. I'm not sure if this was a confirmation or just a family photo or whatever it was. My mother, knocking one down. Good for her. Brother Tony, we saw that one. Again, it could be Grandma Hulda with other people. I'm not sure who the other people are. Me and my first wife. Why do I keep that in there? She was cute, the little monster. My brother, again, we saw that. Football star, we saw that. That looks like Grandma Hulda in Grandpa's backyard. I'm not sure who these other people are. Couldn't tell you. No idea. Probably cousins from the Garcia side. I just don't know who they are, to be honest. That's me when I was little. That is Grandma Hulda. And somebody else. I'm not sure who these people are. His dad in service. Looks serious. He looks like my brother a little bit. My son Tony, grew up to be a jerk. Nah, he's alright. Dad. Dad. What a rascal. Not sure who this is, to be honest. I'm not sure. Probably a relative, I just don't know who. Me in elementary school. That is, I don't know. Couldn't tell you, to be honest. Me when I was little. Bill Garcia when he got married with Redhead Dottie. I guess, it's funny, I've been married 3 times and I've never proposed. They've all proposed to me, and same thing happened to him. She finally came up and said, why don't we get married? Instead of living in sin. And he goes, okay. So he got married. It's funny. Me when I was little. Couldn't tell you. No idea. Dad again, service. Bill Garcia and his wife, Miami Lakes. I think that's after they got married. I don't know if he's happy about that. Our brother Tony, football star. Not really. We both were never very good in sports. Redhead Dottie, Bill Garcia's wife. It must be Bill. I see Bill. It must be Billy Boy when he was little. Bill Garcia. And my brother Tony. Our brother Tony. Sorry. Grandma. It looks like the house in Michigan. Dad holding me, worried out of his mind. Another picture, we saw that already. I know this is one of my cousins. I'm not sure who exactly. Who that is. One of our cousins. On Grandpa's side, I just don't know who. Why do I keep doing that? This is, this is where Uncle Cal is, Grandma's brother. Uncle Cal, Grandma Hulda had two children, Grandma and Uncle Cal. Nice looking guy, got killed in action. Stupid war. I hate wars more than you'll know. Grandma. I think that's at the food show. I believe, yeah. Grandma when she was younger. Looker, huh? Yeah. That's our grandma. Okay. This is Grandpa's. Let me think for a minute. This is Grandpa's grandmother, I believe. And I'm not sure if this is. I'm not sure. I know this is related to Grandpa, and it's old. It's a real old photo. It's when they came over here from. Wait a minute. No, they never came over. That was done in Europe. Pop, your dad. Grandpa's crafts. Go back to Dad again. Yes, Pop. Brother Tony. Me again, graduating. Can't wait to get out of I hated school. You have no idea. Grandpa and Grandma. Saw that already. Dad and Uncle B. Grandma and Grandpa slamming down something I'm sure Grandma really liked. Some coconut pina colada. I don't even know. Grandma and Grandpa holding me. Aw, isn't that nice? I miss them both. Grandpa with Eunice's family. They were okay. They're out in Zephyr Hills. There's Eunice. Eunice was such a sweet gal. Boy, Grandpa lucked out with her big time. Grandpa, Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah, it's Grandma Julie and Grandpa Ed. Not sure where that is. Billy Boy, that's him in the Air Force. Yeah, he looks as mean as he was, I promise you. He wasn't cherry blossoms and sunshine, I'll tell you right now. There's Dad. We saw that already. Dad with one of his lady friends and me when I was little. This was Uncle Cal's. The Secretary of War desires I tender deep sympathy. The loss of your son, Private First Class Calvero T. Hill, who was previously reported missing in action, reported now received states that he was killed in action 10 of July. Oh, man. I hate the war. God, I hate the war so much. Here's me over at the St. Pete Beach feeding gulls. I think we saw that one. Grandpa, Grandma, and Uncle Bill. I think that's Uncle Richie. I believe that's Uncle Richie when he was in the Air Force. Dad and Brother Tony and Pop's Honda. Lincoln Memorial, I believe. That's Uncle Eddie. Aunt Tony's husband. Well, it looks like a movie star, huh? He was cool. I liked Uncle Eddie. He was really awesome. What a cool guy. Back in the hardware store, you might have saw this one. Uncle Elliot, Dad, Grandma, Bill Gardner. I could call him Zeke, but Dad used to call him Mad Dog. And I wasn't allowed to call him Mad Dog. It was funny. And Grandpa. Grandpa's house at Tyrone. Yeah, Grandpa the Cowboy. I don't know. That's Grandpa taking some. Grandpa loved horses. He loved the rodeo. He loved the West. He loved all that kind of stuff. He really had a love, and he always wanted to have a farm with horses and all that crap. I guess when in Guatemala, when he was born in Guatemala. I guess great Grandpa had a what do you call? He had the ranch, and Grandpa had a little pony, and him and great Grandpa would go out riding. There's a UFO story I got to tell you about. Remind me to tell you about that. They saw something out in the woods in Central America, UFO related. Pretty cool. Grandpa confided in me a cool story. Remind me to tell you that one. Looks like Dad, graduation. Yeah, he wasn't so innocent. Innocent face, but yeah, we know better. Grandpa's or Bill Garcia's, not sure. And Grandpa saw this somewhere on a newspaper, and he cut that out and kept it. And this made him think of Dad. He saw you're getting weary. He did what he knew best. He came and stood beside you and whispered, "Come and rest. You bade no one a farewell. You even said goodbye. You were gone before we knew it, and only God knew why." Come on, Ed, tighten up. Okay, we have Dad. Me and my idiot brother. Our idiot brother. I probably bashed him in the face with that oar. I don't know. Interesting here. This is great-grandma and great-grandpa came from Spain. Big article about them, you know, a whole lot of hoopla, and made a big deal about it. And their golden wedding anniversary. Good for them. You'll get a photo of this. Dad and Bill Garcia. I'm not sure where that is exactly. Brother Tony. Wow, what a stud, huh? Got that 80s booth going there. Yeah. Another photo of that. Me when I was little. Okay, what do we got here? We got a photo, and I think... Where's Billy Boy? Oh, man, he's here somewhere. Crap. I know the next one, I think, is Dad. It's coming up. This is a continuation of that article about the Garcias coming down. Backyard. Grandpa's house. Mom and Dad. Their marriage. Oh, boy. I'm sure, yeah. Dad marriage. Okay, here's Dad. Come on, where are you, Richie? Where the hell are you? Maybe Billy's here. I don't see it. He's there somewhere. Family again, you saw that photo already. Okay, this is very cool. You'll like this one. This is great-grandpa, great-grandma, Uncle Louie, the youngest one, Aunt Stell, Uncle Bill, he's the one that died scuba diving, Aunt Carmen, Uncle Richie, I don't know what's up with that, Uncle Eddie, Grandpa, and Aunt Tony. And that's classic, boy. I like that. That's Billy Boy? I think it's Bill Garcia. Grandma, pretty gal. Typical Russian, Swedish, Laplander, Finlander. Typical look. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, there's Dad. There's Richie right there. Probably getting ready to punch that kid in the back of the head. Good for him. That's me when I was born. I showed you that already with my whole family. That's Pop. And okay, another interesting one. Here we go. Great Grandpa with his cigarette, of course. Okay, who do we got here? Who do we got here? I'm looking. These are all of his grandkids. All my cousins, which I don't even know who the heck they are, to be honest. I mean, man, Great Grandpa must have about 50 grandkids. Screw that. At the tail end, he looks so tired. He's like, I'm tired of his family sometimes. Dad, look at Pop. Yeah, looking good. Okay, we got Uncle Lou, Aunt Stell, Great Grandma. It's Aunt Flo. Great Grandpa Alfonso. One of those is Aunt Carmen. Who are those people on the right? They don't look familiar. I don't know who they are. Mom and Dad again. Why have I got two of those? Here's Grandpa's hardware store. Ed's Hardware. Palm Avenue in Miami Lakes. Uncle Elliot, Bill Gardner, Grandma, Grandpa, and Dad. We saw that photo like 3 times already. Bill Garcia's house. My brother and myself. Our brother and myself opening up presents. Me and Grandma. Oh. Yeah, oh, such a sweet thing. I don't know what happened to me. Bill Garcia, confirmation. I think we saw that already. Billy Boy. Yeah, it still scares me. He used to beat the crap out of me. I still get scared. Another confirmation shot. Okay, here's Dad. Here's Pop. There's a choir boy. That's just funny. Dad and me. What the hell? Just stuck a dirty diaper on my head? That's just effed up, isn't it? Nah. Dad. Bless your heart, but I don't know. Brother Tony on some kind of pony or horse or something. I don't know. Brother Tony? It's funny. There's me. Not sure where. Maybe it could have been some part of Florida. Not sure. There's me again. Freckles. Man, did I have the freckles? Brother Tony. Brother Tony. My mom. And Dad. And Grandpa. With a brewski. I never knew he drank. Science fair. Yeah, we both went to science fair. Something. I think it was a courtesy trophy, but... Okay, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is the end I hope you've enjoyed this family video, and any questions, I'm sure you might have a few, let me know. Take care.